welcome everybody. Couple things before we get started today. If you know someone who wants to play in a GMR game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about getting either onto the waitlist for a campaign slot or joining us for a one-shot. All my one-shots are currently full, including the Dark Frost playtest, which is going to be happening tomorrow evening. Tickets for that are sold out. We will be doing another one soon, so be ready for that. Look for those announcements over at patreon.com/GMEricFirst, and then over in the FYI channel in Discord. We also have the GM tip videos and archives over on YouTube. We've got the clip contest going on in the clip contest channel, and we have the reference site over at toivoarpg.com. Lastly, we have the Skaos Edition t-shirt, hoodie, and tank tops right on the front page of gmeric.com. Check those out. They are super comfortable and super cool. But let's go ahead and get you guys started, because we've got a lot of stuff to handle today, and not a whole heck of a lot of time. Islarian is going to be joining us soon as they can fix their internet, and Aowen is out today because they are sick. So let's go ahead and get you guys started. Alrighty. You guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, we are down here on the southern end near Fluidan in the town of Shatter Shaddai, known as the capital of magic in all of Toivoa. You guys have arrived here by ship to seek audience with the Sultan of Shatter Shaddai in order to gain political influence in the area and across the lands. You're looking for a way to assist Twilight's Call in regaining power over the Shintara Grove and to close various magical portals that are linking the Fey realms to the material plane. To that end, welcome, Miss Lauren. Hope you are doing well. To that end, you guys came to Shatter Shaddai for a potential meeting. Last week, you dealt with one of the Batim, the ruling council of Shatter Shaddai, in the form of Rafaj. You had gone to the Ebon Pearl to relax. However, because of a variety of factors, I have to go ahead and do a thing that I don't normally do, which is called a retcon. And as a retcon, I'm going to have to take a moment here, and we are going to go back for just a few moments to where you guys were at the Temple of MKL. Coming down the steps. And as you are coming down the steps, you are going to see someone waving at you, Covet Von Sin, quite enthusiastically.
I see somebody waving at me, quite enthusiastically.
So, we're going to go ahead and handle this real quick. Just a moment while I handle this.
Wow, I'm not even acknowledged.
We are handling this right now. Because this was a bit of a surprise here.
What is this, a crossover episode?
This appears to be
someone who's going to make that reference.
Crossover episode. As
Covet, who is that waving enthusiastically over you as we leave the Temple of MKL?
I don't know. Who is it?
we'll see in a moment. You see a Dragonborn.
Hey, Covet, how you doing?
Oh my god!
As a individual group of people appear for you to meet you at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah, Tyrone is going to run up, and unless a Covet ducks, she's going to get a big hug from a guy that is about... How tall's Covet again?
I am 5 foot tall, so 154 centimeters.
Tyronius is 2 meters tall. Don't worry,
Okay.
for those playing the home
have
game,
the
graph.
it's 7.
We might look pretty close eye to eye.
Twilight gives a raised eyebrow to Covet. Introduce us.
Oh, Twilight.
Okay, he's gonna put it.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say he's gonna put her down and realize, oh crap, this might be her husband. Don't shoot me, please.
Twilight, this is Tyronius, my brother.
Hey, you know what? No, Calvin's husband. And just sticks his hand out. How you doing?
I can see the family resemblance.
Kind of
Oh,
like
hold on,
Tay's
what?
my brother.
Oh, that family. Yes.
What?
He gets around.
Yeah, no, I got the offer twice.
Oh,
Because you
I
didn't learn
understand
the
now.
first time.
Beg pardon?
Because you didn't learn the first time.
No, because I didn't want to stop being. Look, Covet. Look, sis. You have a very particular set of skills. I have a particular set of skills. One of them includes being able to throw a fireball in the room without worrying about my beautiful bastards. And he's going to point back to the rest of his group.
Hello.
I
That's
don't think
us.
that's very skillful.
No, that is skill because you know when not to use it. Usually.
Yeah, like usually there's that whole wizard thing of I don't care how big the room is, I cast fireball. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your talent.
Oh please, I don't have talent.
Covet kind of shakes her head and just kind of takes a deep breath, and she's like, and then she looks at Islaren and says, "I don't think have you met Islaren yet?"
Yes, I've met Islaren. How you doing, big girl?
Sauron just kind of gives Tyronius an eyebrow raise and says, "I'm doing well. And yourself?"
Covet, is this the one that you were telling me about that had that interaction with a grimoire and failed his test and didn't do things
She
properly?
covers his mouth quickly. Shut up!
No, that all sounds like
They're-
Tyronius.
They're also the ones who helped defend the city of Nausha. I recognize you.
Yes. We
Well,
want
okay. That was not just me. This was okay, and he's going to point through. He's going to point
Also
back.
true. I recognize several of you.
Yes. So hang on. I'm going to let everyone else introduce each other who's here. Out of character, there is also a bird, an Aarakocra back there, but the other person is not willing to get up at 2:30 in the morning to try and do this. I am because I have no life. Cool.
I understand this completely.
Anyway, so do you want to meet the others, or do you want to talk about why the hell you guys are here too?
Well, I think we should meet the others and then talk about why. Why? Yes. Everybody. Yes.
Okay,
Names.
we've got Big Pillar 1 and we've got Big Pillar 2. This is Matilda and Granak. Both of you get to introduce yourselves properly.
Hello.
Good evening.
Do we want to?
So when they see Matilda, what do we see?
Matilda is still mostly in her armor, so she is close to
Cool.
7.5 feet tall. Just a wall of adamantine.
And you look over at Granak, and you see a second wall of adamantine.
A slightly larger wall.
Tony just leans
Larger
down.
wall.
Tony just leans down to Twilight and goes, "It's a matched set. They're so cute."
So
Granak,
are these
what do we see when we look cute?
cousins?
They ask if you two are cousins.
No, we have no family resemblance, actually. We both
I think
just
all the
happen
wives
to
are
be, Yep, we both just happen to be of the same race.
I see
Just
the lack of family resemblance.
Matilda pushes
right.
up the faceplate of her helm.
Because that so increases the levels of separation. Of course.
Covet at this point would Covet recognize Matilda from where the guy was thrown over
Yes.
her shoulder? She looks at Matilda and says, "I remember you." And she digs through her pack real quick and pulls out the what is it? Arcanus orb.
Oh,
I get
this
that
is
a lot.
the one that Archmage was saying was a failed aspirant and could not handle his studies?
No, not him. She carried somebody away.
Yeah, she carried somebody
Oh,
away.
that guy.
So-
yeah, he was trying to carry all of those things on a cookie tray.
What?
Yeah.
He bumped into
He was quite
somebody, dropped a
impractical.
bunch of them, and got himself paralyzed. I was carrying him out of the crowd so he wouldn't get stepped on.
Thankfully, only 3 of them broke.
Yeah. 3 wild
well,
magic
hey-
surges, by the way.
Covet shivers, but she doesn't know why. At the mention of wild magic surges, and she says, "I think this belongs to him." And she hands over the orb.
Okay.
Matilda will take it. She's just standing there holding it like somebody
Sorry.
who's been handed a random orange.
Tyrannus just takes a step behind Granik. He's dealt with enough wild magic surges. Last time he ended up naked.
Thank
Well,
you.
not really.
If we ever do run across him again, I'll give it back.
Yeah, I have a feeling that might happen before I do. I don't know.
We want to do more introductions then?
Yes, more introductions. Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. So who else wants to... Okay, hang
We
on. Let's
have
go
to
with the
meet
coward.
The rest of the family.
Yeah.
Family feels like a strong word.
Says
is
the
Lucy, by the
teal-haired
way.
girl. The teal-haired...
Hi.
Go ahead.
I'm Lucy. Lucia, Lucinda, whatever strikes your fancy. I'm just kind of showing these guys around town and helping them with some books, I suppose.
Yeah.
And she'll hold her hand out for like the royal, you can kiss my knuckles if you'd like.
Twilight does absolutely nothing.
Covet just kind of looks at her, and is just like, "Uh-huh."
Mm-hmm.
It's actually
Well,
very
shakes
well
her hand.
connected, and she's been very nice to us, so please don't be rude.
She will nod at her.
Alright, and then we've got, and he's going to run over and pull the big the big cowardly orc over. This is Kier, the runt of the group, apparently.
I'm not
He's
even the
not.
shortest. Hello.
Twilight will look between him and then down at Tyro and then back up to...
Down at
the-
Tyro.
No, Kier's like 5'7". He's a good 5 inches
Here's
shorter than
actually
Tyro.
the shortest normal size. Well, I guess maybe not anymore since Lou
Medium.
is here.
Oh,
But he was the shortest normal sized person in our group.
Zoya blinks at Matilda.
You are not a normal sized person.
Yes,
Fine.
and by the way,
But I
Normal
was the
size
one.
my waist.
I was the one running around like, running around doing triage at the event.
the raid event.
Yeah, that's the one. Nice to see you all again. And he gives a polite bow.
And then,
Twilight will nod, same, likewise.
And
and then, oops, sorry, go for cover.
no, and then Covet kind of looks around and sees feathers sticking out behind somebody.
I don't know. You're gonna have to roll a spot check for that one.
Yeah. Oh god, getting to 3.5.
So yeah, you are not
spot
being hidden at the moment, so...
Darn it.
Wow, your perception's great, Twilight.
Yeah.
That so checks.
Yep.
So,
So what do they see?
Woohoo!
So, Zoya's currently standing behind Greenock, and she's just trying to stay out of the way. She hasn't said anything, mostly, yet. And she's just waiting for someone to talk to her before she talks to someone.
Hello, feathered one?
Which one?
Zoya, the one that's hiding behind the...
Oh,
The
hi.
2'3"
Sorry.
ball of feathers.
Sorry, there's two feathered people here.
Well,
so-
I mean, the
yeah.
the owly one.
Oh yeah, sorry. Apologies.
Heckin's lost in her books.
Heckin's furiously writing this down, probably.
Yeah. Anyway.
All
So-
new ships to be made.
Oh my god, no! No! Oh, the
He
cross
is-
championships!
Heckin is for sure writing an enemies to lovers right now based on Lucy's interactions with this whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
as you guys see the owl in there, what do they see? Covet,
They
please
see-
describe your character.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, who described the character?
Covet? Oh, Covet's busy.
Give me a second. I gotta do the mom thing real quick. Hold on.
Winkle, can I get you
Oh,
to
no.
describe your character as a enormous Musatar towers over the rest of the party?
How tall
Oh,
is he?
Lord.
Well, I'm just kind of trying to figure out these people, and I'm looking at them, and I bow gently to them and say greetings.
You are huge, and I don't just mean tall. Those are awesome! He's looking at the antlers, by the way, just
Okay.
glittery-eyed.
I'm
Tyrell,
about
You should
Horn
check out his
envy-
rat too.
Horn
I'm a-
envy is not classy.
Stop being horny.
The thing is,
I
he
am
can't help
9
it.
foot.
Tyro can't help it. He's found the biggest rack in the group.
Oh my god.
True.
I was waiting for it. I was going to say it myself. You bastard.
Lucy is gonna return Winkle's bow with a curtsy.
So how tall is Bwinkle?
9 foot.
Without antlers.
God damn.
Yep. Welcome to real life moose size.
Dude,
I'm-
wait, so
I'm
they're
actually-
gigantic. Yeah, that's how tall moose are. They're scary.
I consider myself a lover, not a fighter.
Ooh, funny. So do
I
I.
pity the
Oh.
woman. I
Uh,
pity the woman.
Lucy, Winkle, you look at the teal-haired little girl down there, and the charm has been turned on. Ayla, is there any intervention that might happen here?
No,
Understood.
Name
I'm
this
just-
moose man
I'm-
pretty quick, otherwise.
I'm just
Um,
gonna stand here and observe,
Understood.
Is
knowing
Winkle
that
still
he.
suffering
That,
from mooseberries?
well, he's still got a little bit in his system from the 60 that he ate about an hour ago.
Oh
Did you
god.
say
Well,
this?
he's high as a flippin' kite.
No, remember we gave him
Yep.
the poison potion, anti-poison potion,
You
but
just gave him poison potion?
Residuals.
damn.
and residuals, yeah. It
Oh,
he's still
hangover.
got the residual effects of it in his system.
Oh, no, they don't understand that mooseberry juice is an aphrodisiac.
And
Oh!
you ate
Oh,
how?
yeah. Then.
Okay, I have a question. I have a question for Eric. How big are mooseberries? Like, are we talking blueberry
About the
size?
size
Are we
of your
talking like an
thumb.
apple?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yep.
Base.
When Winkle says that, Matilda just kind of like looks very awkward and turns around.
Lucy,
Welcome to the group.
Lucy's
He's
gonna
just kind of grabs her shoulder or grabs her arm and turns her back around and says, "Really, don't show him your butt."
No, okay. So if you turn her back around, you can see the reason she turned her back was because she is blushing furiously.
Kier will
Hey,
reach
maybe we
up
can-
and
Good, Kier.
gently close Matilda's faceplate.
Thank you. His sister.
Winkle, you look
Yeah.
down at the teal-haired girl, and you are going to feel the charm begin to wash over you.
Dear lady, you're so nice, but Ayla is the one I need to protect, and I will be with her.
Oh well, I don't need protection. Well, not usually.
No. Phrasing?
Oh, she meant it exactly how it was phrased. But she will nod her head and say, I see that you have someone else in your heart. I can respect that.
Yeah, she likes to comb my hair.
And keep it.
Which
It's
hair?
gross.
They have like 432
Not
bags of it.
anymore. Not anymore.
It made a great disguise. You should have seen it.
Had
Wait,
enough
wait.
to make its own island.
Is
That
this
sounds
like?
interesting.
Oh no.
I was trying not to strangle the fish.
Ended up making an island, its own island, floating island. There was a lot of it.
Out of 4 bags. Of
No,
moose
it was
hair.
400. Didn't you hear
Not
Twilight?
This number keeps getting bigger every time y'all tell
4
the story.
bags of moose hair?
Yeah.
She was quite thorough.
How
Wait,
much
do you have
does-
more of the hair?
How much does this man shed?
At the at the beginning, when he was not healthy,
It was a long voyage.
He shed a lot, but now he doesn't shed near as much.
It was almost like he had mange. It was bad. He just
She
kept
keeps
losing
him
it.
groomed.
Did you get rid of all of the hair that you had?
I'm sure you can get an extra bag or two. She's got it laying around.
No, I don't.
Why would we even need moose hair? She looks up at Matilda.
Well, we could weave a disguise out of it. And so
Yeah,
Tyra
it's
does-
very effective disguise.
You
for,
guys,
for Tim over here.
Guys,
Right.
I hate to be the wet blanket on this conversation about collecting people's hair, but don't we have something to talk about?
Oh yeah.
Well, okay.
Mm.
Do you want to finish introductions?
Covet, we're going to continue the introductions real quick. We've got
Okay, cool.
Lauren is a Triton woman dressed in very beautiful armor. She is stunning.
What's her name?
It's Lauren.
Oh, yeah.
She's in your group. Goofy.
I've had a
So how
rough
much of a
week.
moose? I'm sorry. I'll calm down.
We also have
Go ahead.
Twilight. Would you like to describe yourself, Twilight?
Yeah, Twilight is a 6.5-foot Shadowkai elf, clad in black dragon-studded leather. He's got a pan flute on his hip, longbow and a rapier,
Okay.
medium build, and he's got his dark hair and his ashen tin skin.
Cool. It's Lauren. Did you want to describe your character?
Yeah, I think the only thing I wanted to add, just because I think everyone's seen the art, but is that she looks very clearly like she is from the Protectorate, and I think that is relevant to at least one person here.
Indeed.
Yeah, at least one.
And then, Ayla, can I get you to describe your character, please?
Ayla is half elf, half human. She is from the Cariel Isle. She has green scale armor, except for her breastplate, which is what we decided it was made of.
It was cloth-ish.
Well,
Ish.
no, it had some metal in it, but I don't remember what
Yeah.
it was now. Then we and it is my job as a aspirant to the House of Dagnus E to travel the world and to explain our God, who is the God of feast and comfort and happiness to the rest of the world, and to collect recipes for our God.
Bags of hair. She collects bags of hair.
I don't collect bags of hair, Twilight.
Anymore.
You could so open a wig shop. You could so open a wig shop and it'd be absolutely killing it.
Now,
You should have seen the disguise.
Covet Von Sin. Why would these 7 people, other than your party, be at the Temple of Imkael?
So, Tyro, You gonna go
Yeah.
and pray?
Why would I pray?
MKL?
Yeah, what about him?
I mean,
There is a reason we're here, but I'm not really a religious person.
okay. All right. Any messages?
I mean, believe me, I understand. You can be in service to a deity without being a religious person. We know from first-hand experience.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a question I gotta ask for later. But no, we kind of have to ask them about a seal that may or may not have been. Okay, so let me just and he gets very nervous for a little bit. Okay, first off, do not say my name in this.
He's already kind of moving into a defensive position. He mentions the seal.
We're not going to attack you.
No. Okay, so two things. First off, guys, please don't mention my name or mention
You are
anybody
Tim.
that. Yes, I am Tim. And especially do not mention any of the team that I am here, especially to one mustachioed wizard named Rafaj.
Oh, okay. All right.
He is what you could call my dad / creator. Technically, I'm made out of
See
a
the
dead dragon.
resemblance.
Yeah.
Are you one of his experiments? Technically?
Hi. Yeah.
I mean, we're family here.
Yeah. Boy, am I adopted. I was adopted twice.
Because the first one didn't stay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, apparently 60 years old. That's another thing to unpack later. But yeah, Rafaj more than likely wants me dead. So, yeah, just maybe don't mention around him. Second off, yes, about the seal. Long story short, someone we kind of quote associate with might have stolen one of them. Granick, do you want to explain? He takes a big step back.
Seal? What seal?
We passed some when we were sailing, and
No.
I like him. You chose good, Covet.
She knows what he's trying to do and what Twilight's trying to do, and she just gives him like this level dead stare.
I mean, we have no other associations with any other seals in any shape or fashion.
Yeah, that's right. What seal?
Well,
yeah, Granick, all yours.
Very unsuspicious.
since I was passing the talking stick, I suppose. Well, it seems that we've been tasked with finding the seal of finality by Nafris Isban Raham that was used to seal Sir Madrick Haywell.
Usually things like that should not be disturbed and or messed with.
Correct. Unfortunately, our employer of our reason for being out here might have stolen it and sold it to the church here for profit of her own.
And now there's a corrupt tomb somewhere, which, yeah.
Covet looks at Islarin and Twilight and grabs Twilight's hand in like this death grip and starts to. She doesn't care at the moment because she's surrounded by those who would protect her, but she begins to covertly, but not so covertly, hyperventilate.
Well, it's a good thing that we have been escorted everywhere that we've been since we got off the boat, but I would highly encourage you guys to, I don't know, take good luck and maybe request divine intervention or some other activities in your quest.
Crap.
That
Please explain.
Covet looks at Islarin and looks at the group and is just like, how can we talk about this and not have people listen in?
Going to the temple?
Temple's
Sounds
quiet.
like-
Temple's very, very quiet.
We could go all the way back to Lucy's place.
I'm afraid of what she might do to the moose.
How
Whoa,
about if
whoa.
we go to the ship?
The chip? You
Yeah,
guys have a
there's-
ship?
Their
Yeah,
ship,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, Sladron's the your ship's docked in port, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't
She,
he?
she looks at us, Lauren. What do you think?
I think our ship would have a reasonable expectation of privacy, although they searched us as we exited the ship for the first time, and I would expect that they would do so again in case that is of relevance to anyone.
My house is. You're more than welcome at my house. I won't touch Winkle, but I would truly appreciate it if you would brush his hair out and leave me some of the hair for projects further down the line.
We can do that. I haven't done it. I haven't brushed him in about a week.
Perfect.
Oh, no.
So
Is there-
back to my house.
Is there another moose just within the hair, and he's just motioning to the big mooseness?
No, there's
Your
only
mute-
one moose. There's
Yo,
only one
mooseness.
moose.
Wow.
His mooseness is only of one number.
Cool.
you
I don't think I can handle
sure?
two big
Because
racks.
with the amount of
Probably
bags
the
that
number
you've
of the
told me you
moose and the
have,
moose.
But that took a month, and he was not healthy. At
you
the
have
beginning.
another moose on your hands.
We
There
He
are
can't handle
methods
this one.
of increasing said number of meese available.
Moose, meese, mice.
Meese.
Should
I
we go
heard
to
it
the
was
house?
called Mises.
That is correct. It is pronounced Mises, as somebody from Alaska can confirm.
I did that deliberately.
Yep.
Well, you
So,
learn something new every day.
You see Winkle just shaking his head, and while his antlers
Winkle,
are down
how
on
do
the-
you increase the number of meese in a particular location?
He's even a boy moose and a girl moose love each other very much.
I was gonna say, Tyronius is just looking at Ayla, going,
What you do is you go buy chocolate ice cream.
Solid
Ice
choice.
cream?
no chocolate chip.
Oh, sorry. that's
No,
chocolate
can we
chip ice-
not? No!
Are you sure it's not
Covet
Moose
runs
Tracks
over
ice
to
cream?
Ayla.
Wait,
Covet
is
runs over to Ayla
chocolate
and
chip
Winkle.
ice cream?
That's what I'm wondering. Do you use it to like glue the hair on, and then yippee, another moose?
No,
you have to
that's
add the
that
sprinkle of
chocolate chip.
mooseberries on the top.
Yeah, and then there's a boy moose who's watching the girl moose eating the mooseberries.
This is all really
But
fascinating.
where did the
I have
chocolate chip
no
ice
idea what
cream-
you're talking
We're
about
losing it.
here.
Oh, that's a long story.
Where
This
did
is how you
where-
kill. This is how you kill Covet really quick.
But where does the ice cream come in?
Well, if Covet is going to collapse, Matilda will help.
Help her collapse.
what, help collapse?
No, help hold her up. So are we?
Are we moving on now?
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
so.
Lucy's
Okay.
house.
Lucy's?
Yeah.
Lucy's.
All right.
Granok will
We love
hold out
Lucy.
an arm to escort Lucy and start leading the way back to her place, I suppose.
Really?
Yes.
I escort
Tyronius
her
is going to
I've
be-
escorted her everywhere
He
we've
has
wanted
been
to
my
see.
escort.
True. Very true.
Tyronius, by the way, is
Bonus.
going to pull his hood up and be in the middle of the crowd, hiding.
Okay. So, as this, for lack of a better term, gaggle of people,
We're an entourage, sir.
it's 13 people. You've achieved
Entourage.
gaggle.
Bored.
You guys head
Oh.
across town towards Lucy's house. As you guys are going through, it's reaching the very next door to the entrance to the Grand Library of Shatter Shaddai.
Mm.
She lives just outside of it.
Um,
Hmm.
Lucy,
Mm-hmm.
are you part of the nobility here. I'm just assuming, just by the way that you carry yourself, but yeah, I just want to verify you're part of the nobility here, right?
Something like that. At least I have my library card. We're working on that for the others.
Look, I did have a library card, okay? Something went boom and I ran.
And Lucy's gonna boop Tyro's nose and say, yes, but you don't have it anymore. And as they approach Lucy's house, she'll like swing her arm open, the one that Granok doesn't have, and say, Mummy's home! And unlock her front door.
As the door unlocks and opens, you guys are greeted into a very lush and opulent living room.
Question to the GM, very
Yes.
important. Can Winkle's antlers fit through?
Yes, these are large double doors designed for parties.
Ah, like this. Okay. Sorry, just trying to make sure we're what is it? Accessible.
I
Just-
need you guys
He
to
just
all.
stooped a little bit.
I need all
He's
of the
tested a
current
little
party members, not the Friday Night Lights, but the Saturday morning group needs to roll perception checks.
Listen, at least they can't see the consequences of learning what a
17?
blender is.
This is true.
So with a 17, awesome. A 27, Covet.
No, that's an old roll.
Oh, that's
That's
an
an
old
older
one?
roll.
Okay, so
Oh, 16 for me, 17 for her, 14 for Ayla.
awesome.
Are they allies? Do they get a +1 from
They do
Granok
not.
as well?
That's for saving throws, sir.
Okay.
All right, Islarin,
If they
you will
were a saving throw,
hear.
they'd be getting +5.
I'm sorry. Right,
I said if it were a saving throw, they'd be getting +5 from me.
indeed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
So
no, my unoptimal build, remember?
Yeah, true. Anyway.
as you walk in, Islarin, you will hear the pitter patter of bare feet running away. And then you will be met by
Oh, right.
a handsome man dressed in beautiful armor. He is dashing. Greetings. Madam Lucy, you've brought guests unannounced. I will prepare luncheon. Is there anything specific you desire?
I am a anything, and she's gonna turn to Covet's group and ask, is there something that you'd like?
I think we agreed on mousse-flavored chocolate chip ice cream.
No!
I hate you so much. You may be my husband, but I hate you right now.
You're
Is this what
nar.
marriage is like?
No
This is what
mooseberry.
marriage is like, isn't it?
I don't want it.
Yeah, me neither.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Renariel. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am the steward of Lady Lucy's estate. If there's anything you need, please let me know. We will be providing you with sushi, along with a variety of surf and turf platters for dinner. Is there anything specific or allergies I should be aware of?
No mooseberries.
Yeah, no mooseberries. Thank
Noted.
you.
No measeberries. Is that what you nearly said, sister? No measeberries?
Noted. So, I will proceed with preparation of lunch. Please make yourselves comfortable. Madam Lucy, our other guest has flown the coop.
Lucy will
That was quick.
sigh and say, I figured that she would, but we'll figure it out.
As he is currently
I'll sort
picking
things
up,
out.
he's picking up a to-go bag and crumpling it up.
Just leaving a mess everywhere, huh?
Yep.
I thought you liked it messy. Sorry.
Not the house.
All right.
True.
Cool.
Tyrion's gonna plop himself on a couch. Go. Oh.
Covet will go to another couch and just kind of gracefully sit.
Okay. Renariel will go to the kitchen.
I'm
Soren
going to
will,
sit on the third
stand and-
couch.
Soren will kind of stand in a bodyguard position by Covet.
Okay.
Zoya sits down in the chair to the right.
Gear does as usual, finds the most luxurious seat, and throws himself upon it.
Lucy's actually gonna rifle through like a ¿cómo se dice? I guess one of the like the front table desk. One of those little
Front
like the
table
nightstand, but for
desk
the nightstand, but for the front door.
Yes. Okay.
And pull out like a really fancy comb and give it to Ayla for brushing Winkle.
Oh my god! I just realized what's happening.
Winkle
Yeah.
You thought
goes
it
to-
was innocent, didn't you?
I did at
I will-
first.
I will take the comb and shove Winkle over in the corner and begin to comb him.
You sure you don't want a little bit of privacy for that?
Oh no.
No.
It's good.
Twilight.
There are plenty of rooms you could go explore for it, though.
No, it's fine. It's
Some
fine.
even have hooks on them, or suspension points.
Ooh.
Wait, was hair combing a euphemism?
No.
Wow.
I do have a
Lucy,
question.
with your passive insight, it's not a euphemism, but it is more of a beginning action
I see. Okay.
for
Ending
Boinkle.
in, and you will then realize that it ends with chocolate chip ice cream.
Right.
Lucy will offer them the use of a room if they so choose. For there are a great many of them to choose from.
No, the moose is just sitting there getting his hair combed, and his lips begin quivering.
Just silently vibrating.
My you're getting quivering moose lips.
You're
Lucy?
a horse, just like do
Yes.
the sigh.
Oh, the things, Lucy.
She turns her back to this, and when next she sees Rana, she tells him to make sure he collects the results of whatever's happening over there.
The results, she says. So
In other
innocent.
words, you're going to give him the job of collecting shed hair. Understood. Just like you always treat your steward with such great care.
Listen, he gets a fat bonus, and he can
Does.
hire somebody else to do it if he wants. Like
That's very
he is
true.
very good at delegating.
He is.
I like this
All
guy.
the elements from that corner.
Oh boy.
So,
Okay,
as everyone sits down,
we have a seal to talk about, I believe.
Yeah. So the seal. Covet just kind of looks at her party and then just nods and says, apparently I was on trial for an event involving the seal in the future. And
Sure.
I was on trial with the judge of the dead.
What?
Yeah.
Is that MKL as well, or is that a different entity? The judge of the dead is not the god of the dead, but I don't know how gods work.
From what I understand in GM, because we've had this conversation,
Yes.
it is a very different entity.
very different entity, correct.
Right. So can't exactly get a good cross reference.
No, but I'm gonna roll on that when it comes to our week next week.
Yep.
Yep.
So you understand our apprehension of having absolutely nothing to do with a seal in any shape, form, or fashion.
Right. And normally, this wouldn't be something that we'd ask of you. Especially, first off, we wouldn't ask this of anybody, just period, because desecrating or, dealing with whole, hey, seals in churches, not particularly a good thing to do. But especially to, friends and family. We wouldn't be asking unless it was needed because I need to clear my name.
And what prevents you from seeking audience in a building that happens to associate with your patron?
My patron? Wait, Covet,
You
do you
are
want to
not
explain
aware?
something? No. Hang on, can someone clue me in for a little bit, please? What you're talking
Leslie
about?
is your patron.
Leslie's your patron.
Yeah, and the question is, what does she have to do with MKL and all this?
Twilight will now look over at Covet.
Lauren will also look at Covet.
Zoya's
Merrick
looking
looks
at
at
Covet because
Covet.
We
everybody's
all
looking at Covet. Oh my god, the
Zoya's looking
pressure.
at Covet because everybody
all
else
look
is looking
at
at Covet.
I mean, do we
You
just
see-
call her and say, "Hey, Leslie, could you come here and explain this shit"?
Our Midnight House starts playing in everybody's head when worlds collide.
It's
Lucy's not
no.
looking at Covet.
Anyway,
It's
She's watching Winkle getting brushed over there in the corner.
100%.
Fascinated.
Covet is distinctly not looking at the corner where where Winkle and Ayla are at the moment. She looks at Twilight and she takes a deep breath and steels her nerves and says, Leslie is MKL's chosen.
oh, fuck.
I see.
So technically you are working for MKL? MKL is your patron in a way, but Leslie directly?
Does that mean most work done by the consortium itself is also in his name? Or is it just her?
All I know is that she wants what is best for the consortium and all of us who work for it.
Yeah, when you sign up, she says it's actually pretty interesting. It's not just a contract where you are beholden to the individual, like the contractor, but the consortium as well is part of what she asks for loyalty to. And it's one reason I signed up eventually, because I realized, hey, a lot of individuals will just make it about them, but at least this is a collective that, tries to better.
I understand all of these. I was more questioning if it was her choice as the individual or if it was her sought duty. Word escaping me.
Is she a missionary?
Obligation?
Her pilgrimage?
She tends, from what I have observed, she tends to keep them separate.
Okay.
I see.
But she does want what is best for the consortium and the adventurers of the consortium.
They happen to collide in the best way possible, rather than being a mission of each other.
Of course. However, there is, I wouldn't put it past her to leverage. But
I mean, it explains the it explains the don't come back dead part, with MKL's disdain for undead.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. And
Fairfax's joke no longer so funny.
but she's definitely not one to mess with, because I have seen things that. Yeah, she's a lot more powerful than we know, and I'm quite certain it's because of MKL.
So does she not give this information to all of her children?
No, but I'm in a box.
I thought that was something that was commonly known between you and all your siblings. I apologize.
That's why
It's never come up.
Yeah.
So you went into a contract with blind faith?
No. I went into
twice.
I went into a contract because I had to make a damn choice, and to be quite honest, it's the best choice I ever made because it gives me some finality.
Agreed.
And yeah.
Speaking of finality, we should get back to talk of the seal.
Yeah. I feel like
You said that You said something about clearing your name. What does this seal have to do with that?
So, and like you see, Tyrannus get like dead serious. He's been bubbly for a little bit, but every bit of energy drains from him. He just goes, 60 years ago, an accident happened involving, and I'm just gonna fucking say it, Deus Stromheim.
Amadeus Stromheim.
Amadeus Stromheim, right, thank you. And where two of his assistants, during a ritual, died. Magic went crazy, and this one individual got split 3 ways along the timeline. One of them we know as Deus Strom, who works for the consortium. Now, I don't know which version he is, so I'm going to just leave that as, do with that as you will. But the blame for the incident brought shame upon certain individuals of the Grand Library. One of them being me, because I had it pinned on me. And from what I can recall, which, to be fair, my memory is not what it used to be. In fact, I don't think it's anything out of character. Eric's been gaslighting me this entire campaign. I
Age
love
does that to a person, Tyro. It's fine.
That
Can you
doesn't
get my
happen.
prune juice?
Go take a nap, old man. You're doing okay.
What was that, Twilight? Sorry.
That never happens from GMR.
I know. Anyway, so yes, I'm getting old and I'm not able to remember exactly the events of what's been going
You
on.
don't have dementia, you have magical dementia.
Oh boy.
It's like
But yeah,
dementia,
Those that
but
alter
worse.
memories.
But anyway, point is, I got the whole thing pinned on me. And remember how we said there was an individual who got paralyzed for a little bit? They heard my name and bolted, still half paralyzed. And so I don't think Rafaj would be particularly happy if he found out that I was roaming the city. And so we sort of made a deal with a Rakshasa. By the way, the woman in the Mystic Quill. Yes.
You made a deal with a Rakshasa?
Yeah, didn't exactly know that they were a Rakshasa at the time, sort of just pounced on me, like cats do.
They happened to find her before I was there. I'm mildly an expert on them as well. Another thing, don't draw from her deck of many things. She has been offering, and I'm almost sure that deck is stacked to be nothing but badness.
Yeah. Anyway, so she is
Where is
promised.
this individual that we should absolutely, definitely not get in contact with?
The Mystic Quill. Have you heard of it before?
Oh, thank you.
Mystic Quill, of course. And what room should we not go into?
Twilight? No.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Twilight's she's Covet, makes a point where everybody can see it, stomps on his foot.
Oh my god.
Don't tell him.
Oh no! You want a different shop for the dirty stuff, okay? Twilight. That's a different one entirely. It might have changed again. 60 years. I'm old. That's something different.
There just happens to be a membership card sticking out of Twilight's pocket.
But yes, so be careful what you
For
say
the record,
around.
that's a membership card to this Mystic Quill.
Oh my gosh.
Can Tyrannus see it? He has a passive perception of 16.
Twilight, are you hiding it at all? Since you stated it.
I was saying something out of complete and utter jest.
It's there now. It's there.
But whether or not there is a card sticking out of his pocket, we can roleplay that however you want to.
All right, so yeah, you guys can recognize that there's a business card from Mystic Quill in his pocket. Probably just palmed it like habit just to have something from wherever he went. After all, it's common for, I do it when I go to a place, I can pick up business cards.
And whenever you send out a package, you keep business card. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Right.
So Tyrannus is not going to think it's out of the ordinary.
So Tyro, you see that Twilight has a card from the Mystic Quill. They've been there.
Okay. Oh crap! You didn't say I wish, did you?
No.
Okay.
You really should not play around with wishes. Typically things go awry with those. Same thing with names. You really need to be careful with names.
Don't give your name to anybody.
No, trust.
Yeah.
Yep. Not been. But
Isn't
let's
that
just
right,
say,
Tim?
Wishes you have to be very careful with. You can end up in some strange places.
Well,
She said that from the corner while she's brushing out a Blinkle.
I'm just about finished.
yeah, but you're still in the corner with
That's just
Brinkle
the
brushing him out.
Brushing.
Yeah, but I know about the wishes thing.
We haven't gotten the second or third brushing yet.
Yeah,
It's
but
not going
wishes,
to be a third.
wishes can be very, very helpful, though. This is why my hair looks amazing. I made a wish on a star window.
Wait, there's a star in your hair?
No, I made a wish on the star, and then, well...
How did you get on the star?
It was...
He is actively
Carefully.
bullshitting you.
When your
Carefully.
husband
yeah.
puts you on cloud 9, it's just wet.
Wow.
You can just reach out and grasp it.
My man.
Lucy turns around and gives you a golf clap for that one. Absolutely.
So
Winkle stares at you.
Menacingly.
brushingly. Anyway, so yes.
Okay,
So
What was
in
the
order,
nature of your deal with that, Rakshasa?
so yes.
yeah, that
so
was my next
they-
question.
So when I bolted, I left 3 books apparently behind, and he's going to pull out the list of which D&D Beyond is being a can't say that word. There are 3 books that I'm looking for. One of them being Idiot's Guide to Necromancy, Basic Magic for Dummies, and The Way to Self-Confidence. Apparently the last one is a very important book. I dropped them when I skedaddled, 23 skidooed, and got the fuck out of there. So
Why were you dealing with necromancy?
magic is a tool. It doesn't matter. Magic
And
is
you
not
chose
inherently
that
evil.
death is the appropriate tool to utilize.
No.
What's wrong with
It's-
that?
Sora's just staring incredulously at Twilight right now.
Oh my god.
Covet is just kind of... Covet is also just looking at him very incredulously right now.
By the way,
Ignoring them.
I do have to ask Eric this question just really quickly. Is there a resemblance between Twilight's physicality and the physicality of the woman who just whee out the back door?
No.
Okay, right, so... Alright, so... Tony is just like, well, magic is a tool, and I was trying to learn things.
Yes.
Although...
There's no such
There
thing
are
as
some
good or
tools.
bad magic. It's the usage of said magic and how it is played out that defines whether it is good or bad.
I mean, I can
Twilight will
agree.
now make a
Might be bad
deliberate
magic.
I
look.
agree.
Twilight will now make a deliberate look at Aslarman. So you're saying that the end use justifies the means?
Oh my god.
Yeah, why would there be anything else? I mean, I have a
I'm
question
going to
for-
respectfully disagree, but let's move on.
Okay,
It's
we
all
can-
about
so they-
intent. It's all about
No.
intent, and that's it.
No.
Yeah, it is.
The more important
a-
point is that he was looking at it 60 years ago, not currently. We don't know what that old Tyler would have been looking in the books for.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to mess around with raising undead now that I know the Chosen of MKL is watching me 24/7. Hi, Leslie.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that because she'll make me have to use this on you, and I really don't want to. And she pats her dagger.
What is
Oh,
the
you got one of
dagger
them
do?
too, and he pulls out one with blood.
What?
Is yours
What's
called
this?
Soul Render?
No, this is just called the Dagger of the Consortium Witch.
Soul
Covet,
Render.
you recognize that dagger? It used to
I do.
belong to you.
That's a very descriptive name.
Uh-huh.
It actually is. That's the thing.
Covet, you used to have that dagger.
Uh-huh.
Got one job on this
Alright.
ship.
Tony is just looking down at the thing. I got her hand-me-downs! Oh, that's what that feels like.
Yeah, you're the younger sibling. That's what happens.
Hey, at least you're not the middle child.
I have a. Oh God, wait.
Technically,
Wait,
he
have
is
a
the middle
brother and
child.
sister?
Yeah.
Tyro, did you happen to have a pin as well?
No. I failed that test.
Miserably.
Before.
Okay, you'll appreciate this, Twilight. I failed that test and then was held up by in handcuffs by biggest strongest Matilda over here, and then dropped on my ass and horn stuck in the floor. There's 2 pinpoints. But yeah, it was at that point when I had failed Leslie's test with the pin that she said I had to make a decision, and I just went, fuck it. We ball. And yeah, honestly, not regretted it.
Well, I think we've chased a rabbit hole all the way down to his perch. So about this seal that you're getting ready to go try and retrieve back from the Temple of MKO?
Right. Yeah.
Do you really want to do that?
No.
No, actually,
have
we
to.
don't really want to do that, but it's our only option.
Yes, we need recommendations.
Everything that
from the
we've
team.
heard is we want the temple to be in charge of the seal, but it's kind of our only access point towards the Grand Library that we are looking towards.
So, okay, so Covet just kind of sits there and is trying to put puzzle pieces together, and she knows that she's missing quite a few from why you need this seal.
I can explain why you
need the seal. A concise way, and then why do I need to be involved with the seal?
In order to complete a job, we have to get into the library. Tyro made a stupid deal with somebody very dangerous that makes us have to get into the library, otherwise he's going to lose his liver. The only way for us to get into the library is to turn in these applications, which require signatures from important muckety-muck people. One of those people has demanded this seal in order to get us our signatures so that we can get into the damn library so that Tim can keep his liver.
By the way, all the other internal organs will be removed as well, so it's not just, like a fey
Except for your
deal.
brain and your stomach.
Oh, they don't need them.
Gernot gives a proud dad smile of Matilda having all the stuff in line, because usually that's my job.
She's
So
learning.
the only other option to getting this signature that we need is to force someone unwillingly into a loveless marriage, and we've all decided that that is off the table. So, seal it is, and that's where we're at right now.
And to be quite honest, running into you on the steps of the temple was a happy accident.
We just
Maybe
happened
just-
to
Seal is in the temple?
To our latest knowledge, yes.
And since Tyro has a loose association with the temple now that has been discovered, it might be interesting to see what happens when he goes in there and intercedes, prays, discusses.
Just, it's not very well known that she is the chosen. It's
Right,
not known at all. And technically, I don't even think it was my place to tell you, and I know I'm gonna hear about it later.
So, what, do we step into a private room and both get chewed out like little school children?
I think it's gonna be worse than that.
Is there a proper title that he should address himself as if we do go there? Or just follower?
All is equal in death.
All is equal in death. That's why when you go into the temple, you lose all of your spells and levels and things like that, because you can't take it with you. You're equal. You're as equal as a commoner.
So
Do
now
they
I get
come back when you-
to flip the script a little bit. Tyro and Friday Night Lights, what were Covet and Twilight doing in the temple?
Yeah. Okay. So what were you doing in the temple then? If you're trying to,
They were where you want to go.
you were where we want to go.
Got one job on this ship.
I've got one job. Oh wait, sorry.
So you're supposed to replace that with two things can be real. Our catchphrase.
No, our catchphrases, we take those.
I mean, we've got two.
No, my catchphrase is "Oh shit."
Not your
not
personal.
Ours is Shiza.
Ah, right.
What?
Liza.
Shiza.
It's just different shit. That's all.
Oh.
It really is.
Hey.
All right.
Anyway, Tyranius is going to lean forward. Okay, wait. Okay, so all things aside, leans forward. What were you doing in the temple then?
Tyro, you're looking very suspicious right now.
Probably worshipping
Are you asking
Tyro.
why? Are you asking why adherents of Imkale are in the Temple of Imkale?
Yeah, I was just curious. Curiosity killed the cat. I'm a dragonborn. I'll kill myself.
I mean, she did kind of say she was on trial from the Judge
Well,
of the Dead
Well, that's the future, isn't it?
for a future crime, not for a.
future crime. Yes.
So, if we may ask, what was the actual given point of the trial then? What was the charge put against you?
Theft of the seal.
And murder.
Well,
Necromancy.
hey. you wanna
With
do us a favor?
necromancy, yeah.
Well, if it helps, I don't have any necromancy spells learned.
Tyro,
Yes.
does
voice
this
of God.
meet your the Friday Night Lights as a party will now realize that someone stole the seal that you know uses necromancy.
Matilda knows.
Yep.
Oh no, she knows.
Yep, we know who stole it then.
Does this mean we're gonna have to give up on our job that we accepted?
If we're gonna have to do
Sure.
something, we're gonna have to do a 180 of some variety.
So
All this means is
would
that
you
we can
reveal
clear
this?
Covet's name.
Would you reveal this to Covet their party?
Matilda would, yes.
All right, go
Yeah,
ahead, Matilda.
I would also was gonna say I would kind of like at this point make eye contact with Matilda, kind of give a nod of yeah we should reveal everything at this point.
Okay, then Matilda's gonna take off her helmet. Just kinda
So she's
put
not
that down.
speaking into a cup.
Lucy's gonna make eye contact with Matilda and kind of narrow her eyes.
What?
Are you sure that this is the choice you want to make?
Yeah, it is.
In my house?
Then we can step outside.
Oh boy.
Lucy,
Are we fighting?
I don't know.
I don't want to fight.
Look,
Something
we got hired
strange-
onto a job with very, very little information, and now I feel like the job has expanded beyond the scope of our contract. And the person who hired us for that job is nowhere to be found and is looking like she's responsible for the whole damn thing. And I'm feeling a little bit,
Betrayed.
led on. Betrayed is a good word, but not quite right. A little bit led on here. Maybe bamboozled. And
Manipulated.
I think we need to revisit the terms of our contract and share what information we have with other members of the consortium so that we can all get on the same page and make sure that we're not working against the greater goals of the Longstriders.
I'm not a consortium member.
Okay, then I'll step outside, Covet. And
how about this then? What's happening here is directly involving them, even if by accident, with something that this person has been up to. Some part of their story has not been adding up correctly for either of our missions that are going on. Something is strange here, and we need to find out what's going on.
Thank you very much for hosting us. Very much appreciate it. Your hospitality has been incredible. Covet, I need to talk to you. And Matilda
come
will
with you.
get up and she'll pick up her helmet, tuck it under her arm, pick up her shield, and she starts walking towards the door.
Lucy's gonna tell her to use a room. Choose a room and use the room and only tell Covet.
Okay. So instead of going outside, would you accept using a bedroom here, which would be more private than being out in public, Matilda?
Okay, so she'll turn and she will go to use the room she was sleeping in. Yeah, that first room on the right.
Do you mind if I tag along, or do you want me to stay out here?
You stay.
Okay. Sitting right back down.
All right.
Covet will look at Twilight and Islarin and the rest of her group, and she will stand and again look at Twilight and just nod, and she will follow Matilda.
All right.
Matilda will hold open the door for her.
Covet will walk in, but be very cautious.
Okay. Matilda's going to, carefully shut the door, click. Okay. Takes the helmet, sets it down on the end of the bed, and is like, look, we were in Grindavik dealing with a temple to Cateus. We found someone in the temple who was being used as sort of a arcane battery. Her name is Neve Dorcatus. Creepy as hell. Creepy as hell, very uncomfortable, but she's what do you call him, a Shadarkai? Something. Anyway.
One of my people.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's creepy. You're not.
Not all of
Definitely
us.
is. Anyway, I believe she's some kind of necromancer and is directly involved in the theft of this seal. She hired us to go after a drow somebody who poisoned her and put her in that temple to Cateus as a living battery. Now, that person is inside the library, and we have to go through all of these stupid, pointless, bureaucratic steps to get in there so that we can take care of this one job. But now I'm finding out that all of our other problems are surrounding this one person, and now she's stolen some sort of seal that is important to you and the Longstriders Consortium, and everything is confusing now. I just want things to be simple.
Okay, so is the Dorcatus, Neve Dorcatus, is this the person that's... Okay, so slow down, brain. She is the living battery for this Temple of Cateus, which is polar opposite of what MKL is. Terrifying.
It was one of two batteries. The other one was Kerfex.
Kerfex?
Yes. Do you remember when Kerfex disappeared from Nausha for a while?
Yes.
Yeah. He was in Grindavik, which is my hometown, inside of this temple to Cateus that just sort of sprung up overnight. And he and Neve Dorcatus were two living batteries keeping this temple on the material plane.
Okay, so who is this person that's inside the library that you have to get to?
The person who betrayed Neve and poisoned her and put her in that arcane circle so that she would serve as a living battery.
Okay, but who was that? Do you have a name?
Matilda pulls out a little piece of paper and starts
her notebook.
flipping.
I'm so proud.
She starts flipping through sheets of paper on a little notepad. Granok, help me.
Oh no, I'm getting coffee. I thought you had this.
Oh no!
Something running back.
laughing.
So it's pretty obvious that like Matilda's bad with names and like she's just flipping through this thing. It's all scribbles and doodles and
crap.
shit.
Why is there a drawing of Rana in there?
You're not in this room.
I know.
Please, somebody feed me this man's name, or she just didn't write it down.
I don't
You know
think
what?
Ne-
You can
I don't
ask.
think Neve
I don't
gave
know
it
if
to
it's
us.
here.
I don't think Neve gave it to us. We got a description of him.
No, we got a name. We did. I remember we got a name.
I've got
We
5
just
different documents open for notes. I'm sorry.
We just didn't. You could say that the name that they used might not have been the name that because they did deceive her.
No, it was a real name. He's a drow, and he's in one of the like nobility sections of the Grand Library. I can't find his name in these notes. I'm sorry. Granok would probably know. He knows everything.
Eric, help us.
Nope.
Please.
Nope. Matilda did not write sufficient notes.
It was
Just right Sigmund.
Alaris Varen.
I just found it.
Oh wait, no. Here it is, and it's next to a like hastily scrawled stick figure of an angry drow. Alaris Varen. That's how you spell it right there. She turns the little notebook around so Covet can read it.
Oh, okay. And she Covet pulls out her notebook as she and she's writing all this down, and she's like, "That's a very nice, angry little drow person." Yeah, like the note. So the Temple of Cateus. That's no good.
Yeah, it was really awful.
We've had several run-ins with them, with the Temple of Cateus,
Well,
the followers of Cateus.
Their head priest got away. We couldn't stop him from doing that, but we did take the temple down, and that's what started us on this whole job, quest, whatever it is. But Neve is bad at sharing details.
That may be true, but she's like, and she's rattling her brain and GM, because of the things with MKL and rivalry between Cateus and MKL. Would she know who the leader of the temple, the leader of the church, or high priest or high priestess of Cateus would be?
I don't think she would, but we can roll a religion check.
21?
21, because you have advantage on that?
Yes.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get that information for you here. The person that you would, let me get up to there. Tons to go through here.
Matilda, take my paragraph of notes.
Alright.
Go on.
So, you would know the name Zarvin Kell. Or Zarvin Kale. Here's that. Paste.
Yeah, so glad you put that up there because I totally started to butcher that name.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh, it's fine. It happens. It's a D&D game.
And you would not know much about him other than the name, and that he was once a scholar devoted to studying the mysteries of death here in Shatter Shaddai. You would also know his appearance. He's a gaunt, pale man with deep-set black eyes that gleam faintly in the dark. His hair is white and wispy, framing a face lined with unnatural cracks that glow faintly when he channels power. He wears ceremonial robes of tattered black and crimson, with the holy symbol of Cateus, a shattered skull, embroidered on his chest. He carries a staff made of blackened bone, topped with a shard of an original artifact.
It wouldn't be a skull, would it?
No, it's a piece of a building.
Okay.
The staff is called the Staff of the Nihil Sovereign. I will put that in chat for you.
No, I'm not there to take notes. No.
You can take notes out of character. Woo.
That's not how my notes are set up.
No.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
It's more fun that way.
It is.
And
What a
that's
note.
and
That
frankly
you-
that's how the employee keeps employee knowledge separate from character knowledge.
Yep.
Exactly.
If it's in the notebook, Covet knows it. So
Exactly. It's like I got 5 different documents, and it's like they're all things that my character knows, and then I have one for what that I know.
Yep.
He's got
So-
5 jobs on this ship.
Most of them
So
are keeping your ass in line.
Yeah.
Now that Gur's gone.
All right, Covet.
so this drow, Alaris, is Varen, is in the library. You have to get to him.
To fulfill the job, yes. But the job's scope has expanded way beyond what was originally implied. And I think that maybe a revisit of the contract is necessary, except that Neve Dorcadis is nowhere to be found. She was here when we went out to the temple and met you guys, and we came back, and she's scampered off to God's knows where. Frankly, at this point, I'm beginning to doubt she can even pay us.
It's fair.
Well, an insight check, Matilda.
He stole the thing to be able to pay us.
Bold of you to assume that I have my character sheet.
Okay.
I specifically opened mine just in case I would
Me
ask.
too.
Right.
Me too.
Same here.
Oh, yeah, what did I?
Same.
Oh.
Let me know what you rolled, Matilda.
A 6.
Never mind.
Does MJL have a pamphlet?
Covet, can I get an insight check from you as part of this conversation? With a 21, Covet, Matilda has just revealed that the woman who has employed them and offered to pay them was here in this structure just a little bit ago and scampered off. This is a mansion near the levels of the Fey Court. If she's involved with whoever owns this place, she has access to tons of money and could easily pay using someone else's funds, even if she's not wealthy herself. So there's going to be suspicion there in spite of any facts.
That's fair, because Covet would be totally suspicious
Right.
of all of this. Oh, y'all are suspicious? So suspicious?
Damn it.
Always have been.
So with the fact that Matilda has stated that she's not even certain whether this chick can pay them or anything at all, and knowing what I know, I'm actually gonna tell her she probably could pay you, just not with her own funds.
And that's what I don't like. Because the person whose funds she would be pulling from is in our party.
Which makes things more complicated.
Yeah, a lot more complicated.
Especially with the reaction she had with you telling me all this.
Right.
So
we've got a wizard in our party who is persona non grata here in this city. We've got to hide him every place we go, which irks me to no end. We've got inter-party conflict going on where our employer and a member of our party are involved. That, if that doesn't scream conflict of interest, I don't know what does. Plus, we're having to bamboozle our way into this library, and when there are absolutely legal channels and better ways to do this, but nobody's listening to me. I'm so frustrated. Please send me home.
I wanted a normal library card. You all said it needed to be fake.
Well, the political way is not going to be easy either. There are just many people to even see the Sultan. You have to have approval from all 12 of the Batim, which is terrifying. But I appreciate your honesty. And Cateus is not something to be messed with. I cannot go after that seal for fear that what would happen in the future could come to pass.
Well, why would one of the Batim even want the seal?
Horrible and the necromantic army to defend the city.
It was something that housed great power, and to have the seal would grant you power, from what I understood.
Matilda pinches the bridge of her nose. She's like, we should just go get signatures from someone else. This is so frustrating.
And all the evidence that was pointed at me was circumstantial.
Well,
but
looks like you
strong.
got framed. I'm sorry about that. I'm glad nothing stuck. But actually, before you leave, I have this for you. And Matilda digs around in her belt pouch and she pulls out a little a little porcelain mask token. And she hands that over to Covet. I think here you go. We picked this up somewhere along the way.
What does this look like?
It looks like your holy symbol.
And just to verify with GM, this is a mask of MKL small.
Yes.
Correct. This. How did you come by this?
I honestly don't remember. You probably have to ask Greenock. I'm sorry. This was before I started taking notes, and Matilda holds up her little notepad. Found it?
Well, tell me you didn't find it on a body.
We probably found it on a body.
Is
if
it
you'd like me to lie to you and say that we didn't?
No,
I can.
No. It's more of she really looks at this, and what size is this? Is this like the size of a burial mask, or is this like just a little token?
It's a little token, like it was in her belt pouch. It's a keychain, like an acrylic keychain kind of thing. It's just a little.
Okay.
Where did we get?
And she's gonna do the whole covet thing. Where is it magical? Is there anything like that with it?
Sure. It's like a mask for ants,
Just because I'm trying to understand.
Right. Roll your Arcana check. Do you have Detect Magic up? Or do you have it available?
Not this time. No, I don't.
So, you don't know if it's magical or not.
Well,
Matilda's just genuinely handing it to you because you're a follower of MKL and she's not.
Okay, so she takes it, Because I mean, she was a
shiver
pretty...
runs down your spine, Covet.
Arcana check, please.
Religion check, please.
Religion check. Oh.
What have I done?
18.
18.
Back at the mansion?
Covet, the token that you have been given gives you a little bit of the willies. This is a token and a holy symbol of MKL, but it belongs to someone that's not exactly devout. More, loose with the rules.
Are we talking like Church of MKL, not of the faith?
No. Just more loose with the rules.
Did they get it from Shu?
Dude, I don't know. I'm scrolling through 58 pages worth of stuff trying to find it.
It was very early in our campaign where we
Correct.
picked these things up. Matilda's just been holding on to it for like over a year.
Oh, that's a big hit. Oh, I found it. It was in the mansion.
Nice.
Right.
Go back to the beginning.
The beginning.
Where was this from?
Without her knowing it, because you'd
Yeah.
have to come out and ask me. We found it in the mayor's manor.
Oh yeah, all the undead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with all the undead.
Oh god, were those the holy medals that Gur had?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The ones that you ended up giving you gave a bunch of them to me, so I've just got like a pocket full of these.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I've got 7 left. Tyro has 1. Matilda has 1, so I had
So
9
I
total.
had one. Now Covet has it.
Yeah, so I've got 7 more.
Why are
And
you
inside-
screaming?
Inside her head, she's going and then she looks at the little mask that she's holding, and inside her head she goes and it goes back and forth between looking at Matilda and screaming in her head, and then looking down at this little mask and screaming in her head. I mean, it's just like.
Are you okay? Was that a bad gift?
Let's just say somebody was very loose with the rules.
Was I not supposed to give it away? Matilda's looking very like, I don't know rules of religion. This is very awkward.
I would suggest you might want to either take them to the Church of MK to the Temple of MKL to have them potentially blessed and cleansed.
Oh.
Or destroy them.
Oh. Okay then. And
Yeah.
Matilda holds her hand out so she can hand back the thing. Well, we're going there anyway. So.
I appreciate the gesture. And she gives it back and is very much like, yeah, getting this back to the temple to be blessed or cleansed, and that's a cleric thing.
Oh yeah, we don't really have one of those. Matilda tucks the thing back into her belt pouch with all the rest of her
Not that you know
knickknacks.
of anyway.
Secret keeper.
But I would, yeah, that's they were very, very loose with the rules. Whomever you got this from.
Well, it was really early in our time with the Longstriders, so it would have to be someplace back in Nausha where we picked them up.
Matilda, can I get you to roll an insight check?
Okay. 21.
Matilda, you know someone who's very loose with the rules and is missing from this building at the moment. You make a connection between the two of them.
Wait a minute. loose with the rules, deals with death, has a connection to the Church of MKL, maybe had been chased by members of the... Oh, shit. Talking mushrooms.
And then the Halo theme song started playing in her head.
Does Covet see any realization in her eyes?
Oh, yeah,
in Matilda's
Matilda
eyes?
is an open book. She's very easy to read.
There's no deception in Matilda, like, no.
And she starts looking around the room like, shit. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to have to revisit the terms of this contract. I'm pretty sure that our current employer is the person who's responsible for that. Everything just got so much more complicated.
I've
For the
got
record, we're doing reveals right now that have been in place for like 70 episodes.
Yep. For the record. But Covet looks at Matilda and says, for what it's worth, I am concerned for you and your group's welfare. In regards,
you and just about everybody else we've run across, everybody keeps saying, you know, watch out for Neve Dorcatus. She's dangerous. She's scary. Don't interact with her. This is a terrible idea. But you know what? I really just thought that they were judging her by her outfit.
she must be something to see if they're judging her by her outfit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of, like, sheer fabric, and I think she used, like, some sort of animal rib cage or something to create a corset. It's very unnerving, but,
Can I get you to roll an insight check?
Me?
Rib cage? Me? I heard that. Rib cage.
Yep. You've heard a lot about rib cages and bones being used to create items recently.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Was that an
No.
unintentional lore drop? Did I do something?
Oh, yeah, you did. You so did. I don't know. Could this
You know how it
Corset?
is to set up a ton of dominoes and not bump them until it's time and just watch someone walk through? It's like...
So this rib corset, was it potentially made from, I don't know, a celestial?
I don't know. I wasn't judging her outfit.
Out of character,
I
yes, you were.
assumed they're animal bones, and Matilda looks hopeful, like, please make them be animal bones. I
What,
don't
was it
want those to be people
potentially
bones.
What was it potentially missing a rib? Was it uneven?
I mean, it looked kind of, well, frankly, like the quality of craftsmanship was kind of shit, but yeah, it was uneven.
Oh no!
Why?
I think I know where the other bone is.
What?
My husband's bow.
What?
Yeah.
His bone?
Yeah, the bow, the rib bone is my husband's bow.
So wait. She's wearing your husband's rib cage?
No, she's wearing a celestial's rib cage, and not all of the ribs of the rib cage are there on her corset, because one is actually my husband's bow.
And this is where I'm surprised that Matilda hasn't called Greenock in to start figuring shit out.
Well, you did say you learned.
Okay, this is way over my head. Yeah,
Are you sure she's
call
not working for Cateus?
No, I have no idea. She looked incredibly happy to be inside the battery circle until we got her out, and then she was really mad. Oh my god. Matilda walks over to the door, is like clank, 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 rips open the door, sticks her head out in the hallway.
And standing there, you see this person. Oh, hi.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab her.
Neve.
She goes,
Twilight!
oh dear.
Where are you grabbing
Yep,
her?
I'm going to grab her by that strappy thing that's around her boobs, like right in front of the sternum. Just reach straight out, grab that.
Oh, I like it.
Can I pick her up and pin her up on the wall?
We're doing the whole anime lean thing?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
You just
No,
pin her
not
up on the wall?
the hot one. We're doing the pin to the
Oh no,
wall
it's
to
probably
angry.
still hot, but you know, whatever.
No, we're not doing the choking Sasuke meme.
I was just looking for
I mean,
choking
it's
Sasuke
not the
meme.
true book boyfriend. It's like
It's the darker side.
You know
it's
what?
the 5
Go
stars.
for it. If you whatever you can envision, whatever you imagine, that is what's happening. We'll just run with
I got
whatever
this.
you're thinking.
Meanwhile, Ethan across the world is making more ships.
Covet as Matilda, lifts this woman up against the wall. I have Soul Render ready to go.
Okay. She looks at you both. Well, it's surprising, but I welcome it.
Covet, meet my employer.
Covet. What a lustful name. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Neve Dorcatus. You've met Matilda, of course. So,
Twilight!
is there a
I
misunderstanding?
need you.
Twilight, you hear Twilight, you hear the call for Twilight coming from down the hall. You hear, I need you.
I'm there.
Lucy
Okay.
Sorry,
follows.
Stein, if
He just
someone moved,
materializes.
I was gonna say I also heard Matilda say my name, so I follow right behind
All right.
Twilight.
Cool.
Tyrannus is a sticky big following too.
All right.
And you see, when y'all get there, you see, Neve up against the wall, pinned by Matilda. You've got Covet holding Soul Render in one, grasping Soul Render in her, which is still in its hilt. In its sheath, and she's got Eldritch Blast ready to go.
Okay.
I assume it looks like the two ladies that are a part of the two parties are working together against her and not, in a three-way standoff.
It
Excellent.
it looks like Matilda is restraining Neve, but not looking to harm.
Yeah.
So
just making sure that the two other ladies were on the same side and there was no other kerfuffle.
The camera snap pans over to Bwinkle in the corner with his hair looking glorious.
The Bwinkle.
Absolutely shining.
The Bwinkle is up and moving.
Okay.
Bwinkle,
Oh no,
Bwinkle
he's
takes
moving.
about 3 steps and he's in the room.
Okay.
Ooh.
And he's looking and not happy because he has just had a wonderful brushing, and then she moved in here and ruined it.
No,
Not a
because
happy
everybody else is going in there is always going to follow, because why the heck not?
Everyone's
Matilda is
coming in.
looking for Lou.
Winkle follows Ayla.
How big is this
wherever
room?
She goes.
It's a bedroom, and it's fairly large. It's the size of a regular living room.
And
Okay,
we're
I'm
actually
in the hallway.
hall.
Okay.
Oh. Well, here's
Matilda,
there too.
Yep.
Matilda exited the room and has pinned Neve against the wall opposite of the bedroom door. Covet would still be in the
I'd be in the
doorway. Yeah.
I would be in the doorway.
Neve is actively letting her legs dangle and kind of swaying her hips so that they sway.
Yeah, what's new?
Matilda's looking for Lou.
Lou? Where's Lucy?
Are your headphones being stupid?
Is her headphones being stupid?
Yeah, no,
There she is.
I was thinking, Lou is behind Twilight, visually distressed, very stressed out, knowing how everyone feels about necromancers at this point. And Neve's just been her Neve for so long. She doesn't say anything, but she does. Her eyes flicker between Matilda and Neve.
Neve smiles at you winningly, Lucy. She's got this.
Is Lucy distracted running behind Winkle?
No, she got up when Twilight got up, so
Okay.
just right there.
Okay.
At the forefront.
You did have a chance to chase tail. Just saying.
Well,
Her other boo's in danger, though.
Right.
yeah. The primary boo is in danger.
Right. So, Matilda, Covet, this is y'all's show. Covet, what are you doing?
You have caused a lot of issues.
Me? Well, yes. But what exactly are we talking about?
A certain contract, maybe?
You're going to have to be a lot more specific than that, dear.
She has a lot of contracts out, probably.
Well, a few.
Yeah, in which
Well,
direction, though?
The contract dealing with, I don't know, Cateus.
Oh, the private one between me and Matilda and Kier and Granek and Zoya and all of them, yes. What about that?
Why do you want it?
Because I want revenge on the person who poisoned me and abducted me and decided to use my body against my will. Is that wrong?
Now that she's explaining it again, can I roll a fresh insight on
Sure.
her trying to deceive us or not?
Of course.
I'm also going to be wanting to do an
Of
insight
course.
on that as
Feel
well.
free. Everyone can.
20 there.
Mine's 13.
Anyone who rolls above a 10 knows she's telling the truth.
Alright. Lucy just
If
trusts
Lauren
implicitly.
wins!
A 7.
We'll take the
I got a
first one,
12.
Lauren.
I rolled a 23 too, so between us.
Yep. She's telling the truth so far.
Yep,
She
I'm just
wants
gonna keep
revenge
that.
on the person who poisoned her and used her body to cause a cathedral of Cateus to appear here on the material plane.
Yep, I'm just gonna keep that standing 20 as she keeps her story going.
Sure.
I'm
What
just gonna.
happened?
Oh,
Keep
no,
going.
you go. No, I
Um,
talk a lot.
So do I. So, yeah.
It's her session, though.
It's your session, though, Covet. He can talk all he wants on Friday nights. He does plenty.
GM,
Don't give that out.
If Lauren used Divine Sense, did she get anything from that?
Divine sense to detect celestials, fiends, and undead, right? This woman is neither celestial, fiend, or undead.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Don't you worry, Hoey. That was my first reaction.
Paladins to the end.
All right. So, what can I help explain exactly? I mean, I've had a lot of people, but I don't think that's this type of party. Even though it wouldn't be a record. She winks at Lou.
Lucy rolls her eyes.
So,
Why?
what can I answer for you?
Matilda, do you have any questions for her? You seem to be in a better position to get those kinds of questions.
At the mention of position, Neve smiles broadly.
Covet knowing has figured this much out about her. Just because of the outfit and everything and the way that she talks.
Yep.
She would definitely be playing into her Fae.
Of course.
Fae side with the double meanings and everything. So she would definitely be. She would use that word on purpose.
Matilda, holding Neve up by one hand against the wall, reaches into her belt pouch and pulls out the little holy symbol of MKL.
Did you get it back from Covet?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, pulls that out and holds it up for Neve to look at.
Neve's face stops smiling and goes dead serious. Where did you get that?
Are you responsible for this?
I'm responsible for the people who had those.
We got these in Nausea.
That's where they went. And I haven't heard back from them in far too long. How do you have it?
Matilda looks over her shoulder at Grenog.
We acquired them back at the mayor's manor. Very long ago, back when we'd first originally gotten together as a party.
Were you responsible for all of those undead?
No. I was responsible for the 7 people that I sent to stop the mayor and his corrupted gaggle of misfits. My students.
Okay, now Matilda looks just extremely confused. She looks at Neve, she looks at Grenog, she turns her head, looks back over her shoulder at Covet, and she's like, what?
I sent my students to deal with a woman by the name of Mariposa. A
That's
rival
a name
of mine.
you recognize.
Yeah, same here.
Can we get that in the chat?
Sure.
I can't remember that name.
Mariposa was the lady in the manor. We disrupted her teleportation and sent her way off course.
Oh, the person that's when I first went absent for 2 months. So that is the first time I'm hearing that name.
She was the one who was the leader of that vampire that sent us out to the dwarf city.
Well, Nito, since you guys have never said that name for me before, can I roll a history or something on it?
You wouldn't know her.
Damn.
Nah.
Now, this is a rival of mine who had aims to become one of the members of the team. I wanted to disrupt her activities, after all. It's kind of what I do. Tell them, Lucy, I like disrupting activities of my rivals.
Yeah, that is true enough. Would Lucy have been familiar with the students?
With the students, you would have heard the names in passing, but you would have never been introduced. Neve kept them very private because she didn't want them involved with you because, frankly, you would have compromised them and their morality.
Yeah, all right, that's fair.
True and real. Continue on.
Yeah.
So
she's like, yes, yeah.
I sent them to Nausea to try to disrupt those activities. Now, if you have these holy symbols of MKL that were to protect them, then they're dead. And if you've cleared out the mansion, you did kill Mariposa, yes?
No.
No.
She teleported away. Also, what was that big guy?
I was able to disrupt her teleportation and send her very far off course.
Good.
But she
I'm pretty
did
sure somebody's
not.
silvery barbed.
We weren't able to prevent her from leaving entirely.
Good.
We did get sent off, and as Matilda's talking, she's just gonna kind of like slide Neve down the wall until her feet are on the ground, still holding on to that strap, though.
She's going to settle down to where she's hanging from the strap. like
Neve is so weird.
like a long marionette. She's now dangling like she's got her strings cut. Just
I
her
got a
head
suggestion.
lolled back. Yes?
What if we put, hey Matilda, what if we, and I'm just asking this, Mr. Big Moose, put him on one of his antlers and just leave her hanging there?
Now,
she'd have a great time.
Bad idea.
About
Yeah.
my
Don't
activities
lose that
lately,
question.
I trust that you're wanting more information about what's going on in the Grand Library, other than wanting to get, of course, revenge on the person who wronged me.
That I understand. But this lack of information and these vagaries that we've been dealing with are negatively impacting our mission and our job. It's
I've
preventing
told you
us from
everything
being
you've
able
asked
to-
for.
I know, but the thing is we don't know what we don't know. If we don't know to ask, there's no way we're going to get that information.
She's going
now
to
have-
raise her head. So ask. Ask me any question you'd like. Any of you. I'll tell you the truth.
The
How much
seal of
wood could a woodchuck
finality.
chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Nice,
Covet.
Twilight.
2 cords.
Oh god.
So
Thank you.
as she says that she'll tell the truth, I am also going to turn to Lucy and ask, "May I cast a spell in your house?"
Lucy.
What spell? Which spell do you want to cast?
A spell that will allow me to determine if she is indeed telling the truth.
Neve will shrug at you. It's not the first time that someone's used that spell in here.
Fine. She agrees, but she's not happy
I'll
about
cast
it.
a spell of truth.
Okay.
Matilda's gonna like gesture at everybody else, like, okay, floor's open, ask all your questions.
What's the wisdom save on that? Or charisma save?
17. If you want to
That is a
resist.
Zoe's gonna willingly submit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, same.
All right.
Covet submits.
Wait, what's the roll?
It's a DC 17 charisma saving throw.
If you want to get out of being able to lie.
Well, I tried.
Yes.
Cool. Neve
What
submits to the zone of truth.
What happened with the seal of finality?
I stole it from Nafis. It didn't belong there. It needed to be somewhere safer. After all, I don't like having great heroes of Shadow Shaddai resting about waiting to be raised from the dead whenever the city and the Sultan need them.
Wait, that's a regular thing?
Of
You're a
course.
follower of MKL.
Of course, darling. Didn't you see? I've got a holy symbol right beneath your fingers. And there is a skull that, if you look exceedingly close at it, it has little tiny hairline designs on it.
Covet stands. Even though she doesn't want to, she does look at the skull.
You catch your eyes right between her cleavage for a moment. You're like, but the skull itself does have iconography matching the Church of MKL.
It's placed there intentionally.
Intentionally.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
For
With
sure.
the rest of that outfit, for sure.
Yes.
So why
Because okay, go for it real quick.
why does this guy want this seal back?
Oh, Nafis? Oh, well, he wants it back because the team want to keep their hero available for when they need him.
So anytime there's any kind of threat to them, they resurrect this hero as some sort of necromantic revenant and send him off?
Of course.
That's horrible.
Yes.
And it's to more than just one. One is
Exactly.
just base precedent.
Oh, no, there's at least 40 of them around the city.
What they are willing to do to one, why wouldn't they be willing to do to many?
Precisely. And so, well, I saw a very fancy ship in the harbor, and, well, a frankly beautiful woman who took command of situations and political influence, and all those guards that looked so dominating and handsome. And, well, I may have, utilized a couple of pieces of makeup and a wig here and there and a tailor.
At that point, Covet just goes to launch herself at this woman. She is so angry.
Twilight attempts to grab Covet, but thinks better.
Lucy will jump in front of Neve.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does she have the knife
Ayla
drawn?
screams, "You did what?"
You were the one that got me in trouble
Hard way to
and
get
in
hurt.
charge of. You're the one that framed me for this?
I didn't mean to frame anyone, but I wasn't going to get caught as myself. And frankly,
you framed me.
I'm sorry.
I went before the judge of
She
death
told the truth when
because
she
of
said she's
you.
sorry.
She is legitimately sorry.
She is so. Oh, she's livid. She is livid.
Covet, do you want to use your dagger or this rapier?
If I use the dagger, she goes straight to MKL.
Really? And she's going to be like, I'd like that. It'd be the third time. Unfortunately, he keeps sending me back. He's like, your
Wait.
job's not done yet.
You're a revenant?
Of course, dear. Do you think I'd get eyes like this naturally?
Oh, and she steps back and she is. You never see Covet this irate before. She is about ready to rip doors off of hinges, that sort of thing. But she won't because it's not her house.
I appreciate the rage. This is refreshing.
How did you get the likeness of me?
Well, there's a spell called Disguise Self. And frankly, I'm a little taller than you, but we share a similar figure. I thought that we'd fit. And so, with a little bit of tweaking, it was easy to look like
Why
you.
me?
Why you? Because frankly, he's too tall. She's got longer legs than mine. She's too muscular. He's too
Why
big.
my group?
Oh.
Why us?
Because I knew that
You were
if I was
there.
associated with the Shinozo Protectorate, I could get away with anything.
That's not exactly true.
It was true enough to get me past the guards I needed to get past. A kind word. Pardon me, I need to use the powder room. And, excuse me, I just need to get away for a moment. The pressure of society is too hard. They
Hey, that's
believed
pretty
it.
Covet stomps on his foot really hard with her heel.
On Twilight's foot?
Yes.
Because of the smart aleck remark.
Oh.
What I did, I did for the good of the city, and for the good of MKL himself. After all, we don't want undead creatures being raised from the dead to spread power across all of Toivoa at the whim of someone who isn't the Sultan, do we?
I've already figured out that the Sultan's not even there.
The Sultan's here.
What?
Oh dear.
He's not the one with the power, though.
Oh, the Sultan has extreme power, dear. He absolutely does. But the Batim are not all that they appear to be.
Bunch of politicians. Who would assume
What
that they
are
would
the
be?
Batim other than just a bunch of wizardly bureaucratic assholes?
The most powerful wizards in Toivoa. Each of them out for their own aims with relation to the Sultan, some more loyal than others. Others more out for their own gain without a aim of the throne. None of them even thinks for a moment that they could possibly replace the Sultan because they would face off against the other 12, the other 11. It's a whole thing. But within their position, they do desire to be the most powerful that they can be, of course. Who doesn't?
I'm gonna ask a very blunt question.
Yes, dear.
'Cause she's just gonna look here, and don't be offended by this, but
I don't think she can be.
I don't think it's an offense, but
now we're worried about offense.
Leslie, are you her sister? You look a lot like her.
She looks at you. Oh, dear, no. Leslie thinks I'm an anathema. She thinks that I play too loosely with the rules. She doesn't like me very much. You see, Leslie abides by the rules MKL sets. She's the goody two-shoes of MKL. You understand, she abides and fulfills all of his wishes in the nicest way possible. I am not afraid to get my hands dirty along with other parts of my body in order to do what's necessary.
She's calling Leslie clean and nice?
I mean, I think it's more. I think it's more the fact that she thinks she's worked harder than Leslie, and Leslie gets all the good stuff because looks directly at Neve. She actually pays attention to the rules of her superior and respects them for it. Whereas you, again,
Man, who
play
does
loose
that?
with everything.
Real
I know I'm
quick, with Pyro getting these revelations with his all of a sudden understanding of Leslie and everything else that's going on, what is Tyro's reaction to all of this?
Ooh, what is Tyro's reaction to this?
Tyronius's reaction has been pretty much okay. At first, it was okay. Hang on. Tyronius has been going through shockwave after shockwave after shockwave. At this point, he is shell shocked. He is just accepting that, of course, this woman knows Leslie. First off, Leslie is a very well-known individual. She has said it herself. Why would he doubt her? And second off, yeah, this isn't even the most biggest shattering thing. Not couple that with the fact that he is 60+ years old somehow. He is wanted by everybody in the goddamn in the team. He is also what is it? Working for the chosen, not just a high priestess, but the chosen of MKL. He's just like, sure, what the fuck ever. Let's go with this and let's not think about it later. Have the panic attack later.
Yeah, the Covet was very much the same way when she found all this out too.
Right! See?
I know!
I'm screaming inside! I'm a god girl!
So, to prevent Covet from having another murder on her hands, Twilight will look at her, will look at the rest of our party, say, well, it seems like they've got some soul searching to do, and he'll use that phrase deliberately. I think they have a potential pathway forward. I think we are done here. Shall we leave?
Eve, I have one more question for you.
Yes.
How much of any of the conversations did you happen to overhear?
About what?
Between the parties at large and Covet and Matilda going into the room.
Nothing. I just came back. I went to go and, get a drink. And she's going to point to the bottle of wine that is currently leaned up against to the door where it rolled out of her hand when Matilda grabbed her.
Gernok's just gonna raise an eyebrow at the deliberate excuse to have a lie set up that was a truth. Roll his eyes and accept the answer given.
Covet is going to ask one more question when
Just one?
Yep. Just one at the moment. At the moment that she can think of. It may
One
may
more
go in
thing.
more.
All right,
Um,
Jackie.
Jackie!
That's a very nice. That's a very interesting corset you have there.
Yes.
Could you tell me? It's bone, obviously, but what kind of bone?
Oh, fairies.
I'm gonna
Fairies?
cast detect magic. I
Okay.
have it prepared. It's
Sure.
not a ritual. So, is this gonna blind me again? Probably.
Probably.
Careful, Tyro.
You
Yeah,
deserve
But maybe
it,
for
don't worry.
different reasons.
You deserve it. Don't worry. Damn.
Tyrannus
Like,
is just
like
gonna go
going
on.
frog
I'm
gigging
also
and
going to
just
recap
blind
on
him.
truth because it's been like 10 minutes
Okay.
already.
Sure. As you cast Zone of Truth again, she looks at you. What? You don't trust me?
No.
Oh.
Is what she's
Well,
wearing
actually,
magic?
kinda.
A little, actually, quite a bit more now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
say
but we are
nothing but
still
her best
determining
interest.
the truth, and Zone of Truth just guarantees.
Covet, what were you
Is-
saying?
What?
Breathe, girl. Breathe.
Why fairies?
Why, fairies? Well, not fairies, a fairy. She was disgusting and tried to manipulate me. And well, it felt like a little exotic thing that I could put on my clothing that would shock people.
Who was it?
Oh, a horrible little creature. I don't even remember her name. It's been so long. But
So it's not magical.
no.
Try to remember her name.
All
I'm
except
curious.
for this one. And she's going to pull one of the bones from the outfit, and it extends outwards into this long scythe.
Is that magical?
Oh, yes.
Well, it's
dear.
obviously magical.
Is
See,
that
this
but,
one came from a rib bone of a celestial.
Eat.
Like, oh, I don't know,
Twilight.
Hollistar? Hollistar?
Indeed. Do you know him?
Twilight smirked.
What about that
Um,
light?
Is
I wouldn't say I know him, but kind of personally.
It was a terrible loss, and it's what he would have wanted. He was such a good friend long ago.
Ah, yes. I too
Twilight?
wish for my bones to be weapons.
Don't you though? I do.
That sounds
It would
actually
be really
Take
neat.
my skeleton and stab my enemies with it. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That actually looks like his spine.
Twilight?
A rip bow makes a great bow, let me tell you.
Just like, really?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Can I see it?
Well,
And
while they are bonding, I'm going. Nina is going to gently,
This is the weirdest bonding ever.
It's
gently set Neve down because she's limp, so she's definitely not going to support herself. So sets her down gently on the floor and then gives her a pat on the head.
Why, you don't drop her? Damn, I'm jealous.
No.
Before you release,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
before you release her, I have questions.
What are your questions, tall, beautiful, and gorgeous?
Taken.
She looks at you. I know you are. I can tell. He's got eyes for you. But a woman like that?
Definitely taken.
Interesting. A lucky person, then. Anyone I know?
He is indeed. I don't know, and I don't care right now if you know him.
Damn.
Now,
Nice.
when you stole the seal,
From Nafis.
indeed, where did you steal it from?
From his mage
What's the
tower.
location?
Makes
From
sense.
his mage tower.
Of
He
course.
did say he had the seal
Oh.
on his person protecting it.
Is that why he says you stole his heart?
Of course. He views it as a betrayal.
Honestly, I
Did
think
you
we should.
seduce him?
I'm sorry?
Did you seduce him?
Dear, you look, Covet, you look around with your passive insight, you're going to see that there's 2 people who have seduced Nafis in this hallway.
Covered, there'd be a shorter list of people she hasn't tried to seduce or seduced. She even went for Brad.
What about in
It was
disguise,
cheating.
though? Would she have seduced him in disguise?
No, she did not seduce him in disguise.
He actually wants her hand in marriage to restore his honor in the team. That was one of the conditions, and honestly, that's starting to look a lot better.
That would be terrible. Let's not subject. Let's not even suggest that Neve subject herself to that.
It's a political marriage.
I think she might enjoy that.
I doubt that.
Now,
I mean,
no.
I'd ask.
So when
Nafis doesn't like disguises. He likes straightforward, active passion. Right, Lucy?
Yep, that is you're 2 for 2, Neve. 2 for 2. You're not wrong.
Miss Lauren?
when you took this seal, did you carry with you a staff that had a skull on it? It was modeled with green.
Well, yes. I needed a disguise, something that looked like it was powerful.
Of course, of course. And, most importantly, did you use any undead?
No, I don't like undead. I think they're disgusting. That's why I hate myself.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Lucy holds Neve's hand.
I ask this because the testimony as to when the seal was stolen said that someone who looked like Covet called forth undead minions. To the best of your knowledge, what could they have been referring to?
They could have been referring to the various wards around Nafis's... Oh, that bastard. Oh,
That's good.
That fiend.
What did he do?
He probably used my disguise and duplicated it in order to do his own dastardly work.
So the shoe's on the other foot.
I'm sorry, Covet. It appears that I've put my foot into it. We need to kill Nafis.
Wait. That was
That's
a great
really big
escalation.
leap.
Can we get the connecting dots to that for the rest of us involved, please?
Can we get an endorsement from his corpse?
Can I get restitution somehow?
Can I get my name?
Can we not kill one of the team?
We could. No, we could.
We could?
Do you want to
we
do that?
could,
Do you want to
and
do
we
that in
don't
order to
need-
take his place?
Listen, we can. That wouldn't be an issue. And then we could get a seal, and then we can just forge his recommendation. And then we don't have to worry about Nafis have the seal and then raising undead. Don't worry about replacing him. I can cover
gonna
that.
have to explain to me very clearly and very concisely exactly why we have to go murder someone.
You don't have to. It's just the easiest course of action.
Neve will raise her hand.
Neve, please explain.
So, Nafis stole the seal originally, probably from the tomb. He would have used my disguise to get it from there. I stole it from him in order to take it to the Temple of MKL, where it rests now, as far as I know. In that lovely catacombs beneath. Anyway.
Oh no.
What?
Okay. Did Nafis happen to know? Oh God, I'm wearing my. Oh, so because Covet is like, she's saying all these things, connecting dots, and she's like, Nafis is going to know that's where the seal is, because the disguise that you wore had me wearing my mask of MKL's truth.
Oh dear.
Which also has the seal of Cateus, the scroll of Cateus, in that same catacomb.
Wait, what? You have a scroll of
sorry?
Cateus?
Wait, so I'm sorry. One question. Should we have just known as locals that him asking us to retrieve the seal was just a bad mark indeed?
Yeah.
Well, I assumed that.
Based on all given information, him being a direct guardian made sense compared to just leaving it at directly on the tomb, rather.
So we are right now. The seal is in the temple of MKL, along with the scroll of Cateus.
Safe.
So we are definitely not going to retrieve either of those things.
There's no
Safe
vault.
from. Is it a safe that is? It is safe from a wizard who is powerful enough to be a member of the Bat team and is determined to find it.
Well, unless he decides to burn down the entire temple.
Which is a possibility.
Which is why I
mean-
said we should kill Nafis.
Oh.
You know, I've been trying to clear my name, not get everyone else incriminated.
Winkle? What do you want to say, Winkle?
Can she get us into the school
Grand
the
Library.
library?
Can I get you into the Grand Library? Well, not directly, but I do have influence with a couple of the other Batim who are more trustworthy than that bastard.
Well, then let's do that instead, because it doesn't matter whose signature we get.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We were pursuing this because he was one of the only ones that we knew of.
Oh.
With given information of Nafim. That's why we tracked him down in the first place, was Lucy as our local resident helping give recommendations based off of her influence.
And she has a reputation.
Well, and because we had Sabine, the divination, the chronomancy expert.
Sadika.
Sadika, thank you.
Sadika.
So does
Said that
Lucy
he
have...
would.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
So does Lucy have regular visitation with multiple members of the Bat team?
As he looks at her and asks,
Lucy is cuddled up on the floor with Neve, but she turns back and says, "Yeah, I talk to them all pretty often."
In fact, we've already seen 4 of them today, I believe. 3.
4. We saw Idris, and then we went to go see. We saw Idris, and gosh, one day he'll be convinced age is nothing but a number. And then we saw Tariq, and Tariq said he'd give us a recommendation on the sleep study. And Sadika said that she doesn't want to help us because you guys aren't using your real names. And then Nafis wanted the seal. And now I'm kind of reconsidering my entire relationship with Nafis, which is devastating because I liked the heat in his tower.
Yeah, no,
But if I kill him, then I can keep the tower.
You're the newest member of the team. Oh god. Kinky cantrips is going to be your specialty.
I don't see a problem with that.
I don't
on
either.
Tuesday.
It's going to be.
Everyone
saying
needs
it
a
is.
specialty, I guess. All right, then. We're absolutely not going to be fulfilling that job for Mr. Melty Face.
Mr.
And-
ooh.
Well,
That's
so
interesting.
Neve, who would be our
GM?
next greatest? Go ahead.
GM, last week when we were actually having the conversation with Mustache Dude,
Rafaj, correct?
Mustachio mustache,
Wait.
dude.
I think at least how we're playing this right now is that conversation hasn't occurred yet.
Correct.
Okay, because Lucy was mentioned right up underneath Nafis, and we wanted to make sure that she had some explaining to do about her relationship with him.
Right. And
But we don't know
basically,
that yet.
you guys can have that information. If you guys want that information now, you're welcome to it. We can say that this happened after the fact. That's fine.
Because I believe that this particular conversation would have had an impact on
Yes, sir.
our interactions.
Let's go ahead and have it happen in the past already.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah.
We'll retcon the start of this session to say that this has happened after the discussion with Rafaj.
Okay.
And I'm even good with the Temple of MKL having had occurred after
Totally.
the mustache if we
Cool.
need to do that.
That's fine.
Yeah, totally cool with that
Then
too.
we'll just rearrange that if you guys are all cool with that.
Perfectly
Bibbidi
fine.
bobbidi boop.
Deuce is doing
We don't
some
have a
weird
horse in this
chronomancy
race.
stuff.
Dude, knock it off! I'm getting motion sick.
He's
Oh,
"This is my
right in my
hometown,
time
you're
sense."
my playground now.
It's all Tyro's
which-
fault.
Hey!
Always has
I mean,
been.
you're not wrong.
Technically.
Okay, so what is the result of the questioning line that you have?
Mhm.
So when we were having our interactions with the great and powerful Mustachio himself,
Sorry.
Lisa the face.
Sorry.
when he talked about Nefaris ibn Rahman, the Whispering Flame, he said that the easiest way to gain an audience or gain interaction with the great and powerful Nefaris was to question you, Lucy.
I mean, you wouldn't have to question me. You could just ask.
Tyrone is just looking at Covet, just like, don't kill her yet, don't kill her yet.
We have the approval of the Mustachio wizard himself and shows the signet
To do what?
to potentially go see the Sultan.
Okay.
We need to get approval of all of the Batim to see the Sultan.
Mm.
Okay.
One less of it,
And apparently, we were told that the best way to get in touch with Nefaris was through you.
Yes, and you can just ask.
Can
Do you
we
wanna go
see
see
him?
him? Sure, we can walk over to the tower right now.
Hold up, hold up.
Wait a second. The problem is me.
It's me.
Actually, that's not even remotely close to the problem.
Hey, I'm right here.
Oh my
No,
god.
not you this time either. Nafis specifically said, if we return without A, the talisman, or B, a willing marriage proposal from our friend Neve over there, then he was going to burn us to cinders.
Well, sounds like Neve has an opportunity to establish restitution for the use of Covet's likeness.
I'm gonna stick my finger in there real quick. So technically, that hasn't happened yet. That's what we did after this.
No, they just asked for that to happen before this.
No,
Yeah,
we haven't talked to him yet. We haven't been told, do not come back without.
Yes, you guys have been told that.
We
Yes,
have.
we did.
we have.
Otherwise,
It-
otherwise we become the ashes under his rug.
Oh no, right. I got the order back.
We
We didn't
didn't
find
time
out about
travel.
the seal to come here until we went to talk to him to get the information.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
The Friday night group is not time traveling. The Saturday group is time traveling.
Yeah,
Listen,
Saturday's time traveling. I'm getting motion sick.
Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday.
We're still having fun though,
Listen,
right?
Oh, yes.
I'm working on less than 4 hours of sleep because of my graveyard shift shenanigans.
You good?
No,
You good?
totally fair.
Anyway, so So are we dragging Neve, kicking and screaming, or what are we doing?
Well,
think we're-
Lucy's gonna hold her hands up and say, "There's no need to take her drag kicking and screaming. We'll go. We'll say she has a marriage proposal. We get into the tower. We kill him." And that feels like it ties up a lot of stuff.
That was kind of what I was going to say.
Neve is going to hold up a finger.
As an option.
Could I get married first?
Oh, I suppose.
After all,
Oh God!
if the widow gets half,
Oh, that's true, girl. You're right.
Wait, okay, hang on. I need to say this. Wait, Neve,
yes.
you need to get a feather boa.
No.
No. What she needs, and Covet is actually going to go into this and just be like, she needs the dead husband robe. She needs to go in.
Is that it?
No. Dead husband robe is like the 1930s, 1920s, 1930s silk robe that's all flowy, that's got the ostrich feather on the trim.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
She needs the dead husband robe.
She would
All
look
right,
Hey,
lovely
Lucy,
in
look at
that.
it. Taylor for
is
that.
not even,
Ayla!
she's not even trying to restrain Eve at this point. Like, you guys are now talking fashion, and she's like, okay, threat is neutralized, threat is over. She's gonna go get her helmet out of the bedroom. So clank.
Yes.
Ayla, do you think you can make us a dead husband robe if
Oh, yes.
Okay.
That's easy.
Just to confirm and clarify the plan, Neve, we're getting you hitched to fulfill this signatory promise that we made to Mr. Meltyface. And then Covet and all of the other Longstriders team over here is going to get his signature of approval to go see the Sultan. And then we murder the bastard for raising undead in the middle of the city, correct?
And
Is
others.
this the
To
plan?
be fair, those of us that may or may not have been on board a protectorate ship that is not captained by my dear wife have no affiliation and or association with any type of seal that may or may not have been acquired in such time, shape, form, or fashion, and we have zero intent personally to do any type of bodily harm individually to said member of any or potential member of the team.
exactly?
Indeed. In
Right.
fact, I don't even want to hear about any of this, as that could be seen as the ambassador of the Protectorate conspiring in efforts to assassinate a member of the team.
That being said,
I will conclude that you're speculating and ideating, but tell
and
me
my tail
that
is
you're
not
not
here.
actually planning. Tell me that you are actually not actually.
Neve is going to
planning
look at
to
you
kill him.
and raise an eyebrow. Look at a nearby clock. Look back at you, Islarin. I assure
Cast
you.
Zone of Truth again. I was.
Damn it.
She goes, dang it!
she goes, I
Yes, it's
assure
been 3
you.
minutes now.
Did you cast Zone of Truth again?
Yes, I am absolutely doing that because.
Damn, alright, fine. Damn, come on, Neve, save me here.
She's watching the clock.
Okay, if she succeeds, Zoe's gonna cast Silvery Barbs.
Alright,
Same
Don't
here.
do that. That's
Same
hostile.
here.
Oh.
alright.
Silvery
You made the
Barbs.
save.
Hmm.
Fine.
Dang it, no!
Huh?
She succeeds.
What the hell?
No. Hang on. I cast Silvery Barbs. You can do it too. You still got your reaction,
Okay, so-
Zoya.
She succeeds. Anybody else want to cast Silvery Barbs on Neve?
Damn.
My barbs of truth and poor performance.
Alright.
Yeah.
She got a 17. She succeeds.
Ow.
Darn it! Oh god.
Come on,
the
Neve.
dice are telling a story.
Okay.
Yeah, at this point, like, there's a
Never
like
mind.
less than 3% chance of succeeding in that 4 times in a row. So that's definitely like, yeah,
Darn it.
he's just not.
Listen,
gonna go.
They
MKL
had
is
to-
watching
they
this
had-
with a popcorn.
They had to make me roll, or they had to roll 5 times to convince me to keep crap in a bag of holding we bought last night.
And it
So,
was shitty crap.
Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. Because I
Damn.
was like, you can have my inspiration.
she barely succeeded. Thank you, though.
Give inspiration.
So,
Oh,
Neve
okay.
looks at you,
However, I do know that she succeeded
right?
as a condition of the spell.
Right? You know she succeeded, but you don't know if she's lying or not.
Hmm?
So she looks at you and smiles coldly. I assure you, Miss Protectorate Lady, that I have no plans to kill Nafis.
Okay. I'm going to cast Channel Divinity, read thoughts
Okay,
on
on Neve.
on her.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So
Be
Ayla,
careful. Be careful.
you
Be sure
cast
you want to do that.
detect thoughts on her, and the thought on the front of her mind, and this is only for Ayla to know. None of the rest of the parties know this. Only Ayla knows this, but I'm going to say it because it's fun for the camera, right? Ayla, as you peer into her mind, you read the thought, I don't need a plan.
Oh, this is so
God,
awesome.
She's a
That's
hard woman to
amazing.
hate.
I like this woman.
Love her so
This is great.
It's just like Ayla, yes, no plans, head empty.
Hey, that's my plan.
Does she look like a person with a plan? No.
No, she
There's
doesn't.
people
No,
for that.
she doesn't.
to kill this guy. she
But,
has no plans for anything.
She has no plans to kill the guy?
And
No.
all I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the group and I'm going to say, she has no plans, exactly as she says, but I think she needs the dead husband robe.
Please,
God.
Lucy gives her a thumbs up.
Wait, is
Oh,
Ayla going to start making
God.
one then? Or is she going to a tailor?
Oh yes, I can whip one up in about a half hour. Give me
Can
a
you make it
half
out of
hour.
moose hair?
I was going to say, I'll
Oh,
give
no,
you
no,
a...
What color do we want it? Do we want it red? Do we want it black? Purple?
What
Color's Winkle.
I was gonna
Give her
What
give her a
color's
mix of
Winkle?
crimson and black.
Matilda coughs.
Purple with
and says,
purple with black
uh,
feathers.
Maroon to match her eyes.
Yeah,
Ooh, yes.
I
Ooh,
approve.
someone's been paying attention.
maroon and black.
What I was getting at was, I have tailoring as one of my tool sets, so I can give you an assist on that.
Awesome. So Ayla and Granak,
Okay.
the big giant Goliath over here in plate armor, is going to help Ayla Taylor, the prim and proper redhead, go ahead and sew a dead husband's robe for Neve Dorcadis. Right.
Listen, I take care of my party. Apparently, I start taking care of everybody's party when they show up.
That's
Okay,
I-
and there
I-
is your dead husband robe in the meme chat.
Can we just like PNG that over Neve?
That's up to someone else.
I was gonna say, listen,
Yes.
I'd have offered to make snacks for everybody if we didn't literally have a butler for that.
He's not
Oh,
a butler, he's a
right.
steward, and there's a difference.
Steward. Okay.
I'm trying to get out of character. It's fine.
He's a servant, not a slave, only because he's paid.
Oh, and while I'm making the dead husband robe, I'm going to toss in, just as my personal gift, a little black veil to wear over her face.
Okay.
Nice.
She likes that.
Oh, very cute. for the
Nice
wedding.
touch.
All demure. Yes.
Very
Never
demure,
mind.
very mindful.
Give you at the brain cell.
No.
Covet, nice to know that you hang out with some similar crowds to our nutcases. You sure
so-
Leslie just doesn't have a type?
Oh wait,
To
so
be
yeah,
honest, Covet is a lot like me.
Well, I am your daughter, so yeah.
Exactly.
but yeah, if
What?
if I'm sitting down and helping doing tailoring stuff, I would also get out of my armor, and gosh, I'd actually still be in most of my fancy clothes. It's
Oh.
not been the next
Yeah.
day again, has it?
Hieronius is in a three-piece suit as well. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, Zoya's in her thing.
Cool.
We all look like we're gonna hit the town.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So you
Winkle
guys
is
are
staring.
provided with sushi and a surf and turf luncheon, as Renario will finally come back with a meal and be very, very disturbed as Neve seems to have made friends with everybody, and Renariel is aghast.
Oh, don't worry, Renario. Your girl's going to take good care of you. And he pats Matilda on the shoulder and ducks.
I have a feeling that was being hit was expected.
You have no men.
Yeah,
You have no. Okay.
You could
Okay,
see Matilda's arm just sort of twitch as in like a reflex, but she does not smack him.
She's dealt the most damage to me out of all the party, with just gravity.
For now.
Yeah.
The most damage of all the party so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the longest cameo, and it's great.
Neve,
This is amazing. This might go into next week.
This
Who
is-
knows?
I just thought this isn't even a cameo. This is just a full-on crossover episode.
Yeah,
it's a
I
whole
love this so
Yeah.
much.
God, look, I'm not gonna lie, I'd do it, but getting up at 2:30 a.m. every Sunday is gonna be interesting.
I've done it. You can do it too. Oh my gosh.
And I'm supposed to be asleep right now.
Right.
I'm,
Now,
I'm supposed to be asleep
Anyway.
an hour before your guys'
So-
session starts.
yeah, so for the record, you guys will continue creating the outfit for Neve. Someone's going to need to help her with her hair.
That would
Oh,
be
Lucy's helping whoever's doing it braid it.
All right, Covet and Lucy are going to do her hair. Awesome.
Matilda will go and see if she can source a wedding gown.
Okay.
There's definitely one in a closet somewhere in this house.
Zoe's gonna try
A
and help you out
couple.
with that.
You've been to
A
that
used
room before,
wedding gown?
Lucy.
Tyrannus is just playing
Yeah.
rock paper scissors at this point. One,
fact-
2, 3, shoot.
Lucy,
Uh,
doesn't Neve have a wedding gown in this house?
Uh-oh.
there's probably more than one.
Right.
Just it would be probably in that room.
Right. In one of the darker rooms.
That
Excuse
room.
me, a used wedding gown? No. No.
Neve smiles. I've got just the one though.
Okay, if it's one that you love, fine. But still.
Is that first, second, or third visit to MKL?
As she smiles, none.
Yet.
You understand, Lucy's been quite the host, and I've had lots of adventures in this house. And some of the adventures required costumes.
Oh god, we're getting all Inception in here. The role play within the role play within the role play.
All right.
This is very meta.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
find that wedding dress, and Matilda's gonna make sure that it is clean.
It is clean. Renariel wouldn't let things be dirty.
She is going to. Keva is going to make sure that with Lucy that she has like this coronet on the top of her head, and yet her hair still falls down because it still falls loosely around the coronet. Because she as much as she wants to strangle her with her hair,
She'd be into it.
Yes, she probably
She
would be.
absolutely would be, yes.
And wants to she loves the way that her hair just kind of falls naturally, so she's going to let some of it be loose, but
What
still
if
with the
we
coronet.
do like a half up thing, so she still
Yep.
has a lot of that curly length?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
By the way, Covet, just got a quick question. Do you mind if we step aside for a quick second?
You know what would look beautiful in her
Go for it,
hair?
sure.
Rubies.
It's about Leslie and the fact
Oh,
that,
yeah.
you spilled the beans about her a little bit. Do you want me to keep it under wraps? I don't think she's probably watching me right now.
Yeah, keep it under wraps. Because I'm gonna end up
Getting chewed
I
out.
know. Oh yeah.
Was that not supposed to be
I don't think that was supposed to be put out there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He gives her a big, just rubs her head, absolutely messing up. If he can touch her, by the way. If she ducks, he's not going to follow. But yeah, messing up her hair.
There might be a blade that prevents that from happening.
If Twilight makes any move, he's not going to do it.
Twilight is very much a. She kind of looks at Twilight and shakes her head just a little bit and says to Tim, as he is called here.
Who?
That I know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. But it's in a strange fear of wild magic shudders down her spine when she says this name. But she's like, yeah, Twilight's kind of a touch her and die kind of guy. So don't.
He just looks at Twilight and it's like, dutifully noted. You're lucky to have him then. I'm sorry, Twilight.
Just receives an evil glare.
It's not the first time, not going to be the last time. Definitely not going to be the worst thing he experiences. Plus, death is fine.
But in regards to Leslie, I know I'm going to probably get an earful, if not have my own neck slit. So, yeah.
Look, I just don't want you to get into too much trouble and such. If there's anything I could do to try and help, thanks for at least being open about that.
No, I think that, frankly, it needs to be something that her students need to know. But
speaking of, how's Tay? Have you seen Tay around at all?
Twilight dies.
Him, but I've talked to him.
What's he been up to then? Is anything going on?
Running from Leslie. I don't know what he did.
He's running from Leslie?
Oh, you might have to run from Matilda too, because she's not exactly happy that he didn't call back, so to speak. So, yeah, you might want to pass that message on.
Yeah, I can pass that on. Just give me a second, and she pulls out the tome of Zorax.
Do I recognize this, by the way, Eric?
No, I can't have that crossover. He's far off in a different land at the moment.
Oh yeah, and this is why I did this, because that would be just too many crossovers, and that would just be like one
no such thing as too many crossovers.
It would just be. I'm just gonna open the tome and write in there. Matilda, you probably should call her, bro. You should probably call brother. You probably should call Matilda. Just met her. Yeah, you should probably call her. Heart.
And duck.
This.
Oh, it sounds like he's been in trouble before, eh?
And hold on just a second. And then she says the incantation, wee ba wee sha woo shush wa shush, and closes the book.
Okay, I definitely recognize that book, because that's the book that Gur has.
Mm-hmm. And Granok.
Yep. Just gonna say, yeah, we have one of those books as well.
Oh yeah, they're very helpful.
Would that accidentally send what I would have had prepared in the book that haven't sent yet? Okay.
No.
No, we've stepped away.
You have to be holding the book.
Darn it! That would have been fun. Just like all the tomes of Zorasath around you. Send.
Everything in earshot just.
It's reply all. Oh no!
Oh no! Covet's one of those people in the company.
Oh no!
Reply all. Yeah.
You unlocked the unlimited phone calls by playing a recorder into the Bell telephone.
Yeah.
Oh god. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna let you get back, and not touching Twilight. Don't worry. She's all
I
yours.
will give you a hearty handshake.
Don't even need to do that. And he actually just clicks his heels and bows very politely.
Ooh.
Lore drop.
Lore drop.
Lore drop.
He doesn't even realize what he's done.
I
I don't even realize what he's done.
Somewhere.
Covet just looks at him and smiles, and then looks at Twilight and smiles.
Twilight shakes his head.
What I do? Now
And
you see the first, you see them drop, and like Tyrannus is like, oh shit, what did I do? What did I do? Huh? Back and forth, and it's a muzzle, so there's a bit. It's basically a baseball bat swinging back and forth between them.
Wait, Tyler, what did you actually say? I had my headset off for a second.
I don't think the player knows.
Leslie already knows.
Yes, Leslie knows, but Tyro doesn't know what he just did.
Ah, crap.
Wait, what did you do? I had my headset up real
he
quick.
doesn't. No,
He
I clicked my heels and bowed politely.
Okay.
Together and bowed, and that's somehow a thing. I don't.
I didn't stick my arm in the air or anything.
Yep. So, out of character, and you don't know this, Tyro, the standard
Cool.
salute of the Shinozen Protectorate is to click your heels and bow. And that's the military salute for the Protectorate.
Would Tyrannus know that at all
Nope.
with a history check? Nope.
Would Kier know that at all?
Kier likely would. Like, for
Oh.
Kier, it's a DC 10.
All right. Let me.
Which I think you're just
roll.
gonna get.
Tyrannus putting his foot in it again.
Yeah.
What a shock.
And Granak, you don't need to roll because you automatically have this one.
I cannot fail.
Oh my god.
Get owned. Well, I rolled a 20, so
Get
yeah.
owned.
Yeah, so you just saw Tyronius perform the Shinozen Protectorate salute in deference to Covet and Twilight.
Yeah. I'm gonna
okay.
assume he's just an idiot.
And that
He's our idiot.
well, it's not just that. There was other lore drops too with that.
Yeah.
So big lore drops too.
Yep.
And you don't even know
assumptions.
you did it.
Yep.
I'm just going to
Amazing.
accept that my friend is an idiot, like usual,
That's
and
how-
continue on
Yeah.
doing
Oh my
tailoring.
god.
Tyrannus just gonna fucking just walk off like, I'm just gonna fucking chop every limb off and fucking call it a day. I'm gonna live as a goddamn
Leave-
specter. Maybe
Leave
the head
that
will
to
fucking do.
leave that the Rakshasa. Why do it all yourself when you have someone wanting to do it already?
Whose side are you on?
Not sure anymore. My party is somewhere, and I'm.
Do you want a pet owl, Covet?
Excuse me, I am not a pet. And she flaps her wings at you.
Which is
Hey,
really
Gina
intimidating. Something
For
like 2 feet
anybody
tall.
that is.
What do you
okay.
mean?
Let him talk.
Go ahead, Twilight.
Would they have seen any type of semblance and or similarities between the scythe and this thing that is strapped to the back of my back?
Yes, you guys would have seen. They look very similar. As far as making the
Rip
connection,
bone
no
neck
one is
to
making
the-
that connection.
Okay.
I mean,
And nobody's making the other connection either.
Right.
We're all a
Well,
bunch
I
of
made
idiots. I'm sorry,
the
Twilight.
first. I made the first connection because they
Right.
mentioned, his bow was made out of the same bone, and then she said
Yeah.
the same name of
Right.
the guy. So
I think that's connection's been drawn.
Yep.
Yeah, the second connection y'all haven't caught at all.
whatever the second one is, I don't know what it is.
That's
Lucy
when.
won't have caught either of them. She doesn't care.
Right. That's when, to half of the group in this room, you guys will all have a little bit of a pucker factor as a blue cloak of Nausha walks into the room.
What?
Oh!
Walks into my house? Rude.
No,
How?
was already in the house, but now walks into the room from the bathroom.
What did Rana do?
No, Rana didn't do anything. The blue cloak of Nausha looks around. Hi.
And Zoya like holds her own blue cloak that she's wearing.
Same here.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. I'll be over there. And this
All
person
right.
goes over into the corner and sits down.
All right. Have a
Who
good
the
time.
fuck are you?
What?
They want to be ignored. Let them be ignored.
What kind of
Is
race is this
little
person?
guy.
An elf?
Wait.
A half elf?
Wait, out of
Blonde?
character.
Half-elf.
Yep.
Eowyn?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna look
She's
at
half elf.
the other groups. Like, one of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Likes
Oh,
to kind of
okay
keep to
then.
themselves.
Oh, they'd hate me.
You hear a voice mutter in the corner. Yep.
That tracks. That tracks.
That tracks so well.
I'm surprised they don't hate me more. I kind of started something. Oh, it's fine.
Something started that was not by Tyronius. What the fuck?
All right.
I got one job on the ship.
So, you guys will spend the rest of the evening getting Neve set up to go to this ceremony.
Absolutely slay.
Right.
Slay Queen.
Now,
While they're
Well, we
doing
can't
that, I'd at some point like to pull Tyronius aside.
sure.
Yes. Hey, Sladron, what's up?
Do you recall that note that you gave me in the tavern a while ago?
Vaguely. A lot's happened. My brain is. Look, if I had, if I had a brain left, I could send smoke signals with the ears, and he like wiggles his ears. Why?
Well, if I may refresh your memory, you told me that you had a friend who was in some difficulty with the Protectorate.
Tony just casts a side eye to the group. Yes. What about him?
I merely wanted to ask if that friend still sought any help, or if they were, if they no longer were in need of it.
One moment. Hey, Kia, could you come here for a second, please?
Sure.
And
You're now on trial.
Oh my god.
yep. Tony's just gonna
And to
whisper
be clear,
into
Islauren
Kia.
did not know that it was Kira until this very moment.
So great.
Claire's tugging at his scarf uncomfortably.
Eric will be right back. Give me just a moment, guys. Keep going.
Mother trucker.
So Tony's
That
gonna
is
put an arm
amazing.
around. I'm gonna put an arm around Kia and lock him in there.
Oh, what's
Sladron, this
happening
is
right now?
Kia. This is Kia Katak. Kia.
Kier gives him a
Sladron is part of
wave.
the ambassador for the Shinozran Protectorate. Leans down
Oh,
to
you
whisper.
knew that.
Well, okay. First off, we found out about it last session and got it confirmed. Before that, Tyranius only had suspicions, like just knew that Isladrin had connections with the Shinozran Protectorate. And I kind of wanted to see if we could get some what do you call it? Miscommunications or some stuff cleared up about you, especially seeing as you're not exactly comfortable around the Protectorate, and we might run into them, especially if one of our, associates or, associates of friends. I don't know how social shit works these days. I'm just glad I'm not putting my horn in my face.
I mean, it's kind of attached to your face.
Lucy says, we'll burn that bridge when we get there. It's fine.
I'm not there! I pulled him aside. Anyway.
Yeah, as long as took Tyronius aside, like this was intended to be like
private.
two of them, and then
I missed
What,
that. Tyro
what
talks
are
about-
you exactly looking to clear up here, Tyro?
I told Isladrin that a friend of mine had some problems with the Shinozran Protectorate and might see if we can help clear that up. Like the last time we saw the Protectorate.
Right. Well, I would have preferred to avoid them altogether, but since you've already brought us here and spilled at least half of the beans, I'm kind of wanted by the Shinozran Protectorate.
I can tell it if you're not comfortable with.
No. I'm waiting for Lauren's reaction to that sentence.
Sword out, stab.
Is Islarin just kind of nods with the implication of, okay, keep going.
And this, I believe, is due to the association I had with one Ashlyn Dealise. I was aboard her ship as part of her crew, press ganged, unwillingly, and took the first chance I had to escape that. But I'm not only wanted by the Protectorate, but my old captain is still alive and has put out a bounty on me, and is also doing some kooky shit somewhere else.
That she is. I actually encountered her not very long ago.
Crap.
Oh no.
Apologize.
How long ago?
Been the past 2 months or so.
Okay.
A long voyage.
We did a scry on her a little bit back. She's not up to any good. Messing kind of up to her old tricks. Dark magic, ancient artifacts.
Ooga booga shit.
Yes, she spoke of several artifacts that she was seeking. Now, you said you were press ganged into her service?
A couple of years ago.
And
What
she's
happened?
also... Oh, sorry.
Well, it's really simple and kind of embarrassing, but I was looking to leave home, take the first chance I could at making a name for myself somewhere outside of my family home. Found a merchant vessel docked at my hometown, got aboard, and about a league or so away from the docks, they showed me their true colors with swords. I was a carpenter aboard the ship for a couple years after.
So you joined the ship voluntarily, just not knowing its true nature?
I boarded the ship voluntarily. I thought, like I said, I thought it was a merchant ship. I was, travel, job seemed like a good way to start things. But then it turned out they were pirates, and they didn't take my notion of not wanting to be a part of that very politely.
What did you do while you were in her, for lack of a better word, service?
Kira's going to roll a deception check.
Oof.
Like I said, I rolled a 12, by the way.
I had a 16 insight.
I was a carpenter. I mostly maintained the ship and kept things from falling apart.
Oh, 10.
And with your insight, you can tell that this is true. This was his role on the ship, but there's something he's not comfortable sharing.
When you say mostly, what else is encompassed here?
Kier gets a look in his eyes that Tyro knows really well. He starts to look around, and this is typically the expression he makes when he thinks about running from a problem.
Tyrannus is gonna...
Hold on.
Okay.
He takes a deep breath and says, I was part of a pirate crew, and they don't take not participating very well. I hurt people on that ship. To save my own skin.
Did you kill anyone?
Kier does not answer in a very pointed fashion.
I see. Did you do anything to minimize the harm that you or any others did as part of your activities?
I tried to avoid combat whenever possible. Aside from the fact that I didn't want to hurt people, well, my party can attest to me not being exactly the most lion-hearted individual.
He's
I
very
didn't-
good at triage. Actually,
I didn't want to get
kind
hurt.
of funny.
And so I tried to find excuses to not be involved in activities where I could get hurt or I would be needed to hurt other people, which is most of the time. Ship kind of always needs its carpenter. And before I knew I could cast magic, I think my captain knew. It was maybe why she's gone to such lengths to went to such lengths to keep me around and such lengths to well, she is the if I can't have him, no one can kind of person.
Indeed. You struck me as the type who wishes to have control of as much as possible.
Well, you go so long with almost no control. Yeah.
How did you manage to escape her clutches?
Basically pure dumb luck. Our ship was caught in a storm. I was doing my duty aboard the ship, trying to keep everything afloat, but the storm was bad. I got cracked upside the head, and he gestures to the scar on the left portion of his forehead by part of the mast as it swung with the wind. I don't remember what happened next, but I washed up ashore. An older man took care of me, and he lived in Matilda's hometown. I met Matilda. Her father gave me a job because I was good with my hands, and the rest is history, as they say. Kier pointedly ignores Tyro's childish giggling.
So does Lauren.
Tyrannus is trying very hard not to actually burst out laughing, but
You're such a child for a 60-year-old man.
Oh my god.
have you met 60-year-old men?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
I'm
completely on brand.
72.
Winkle's 72, so yeah.
My man! Anyway, sorry.
So that's where they're really. Never mind.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, anyway, sorry. Keep going. Keith,
How old is
I'm
Ayla?
sorry.
Ayla is 70.
70?
Yes.
She's an elf.
Yep.
Yeah, she's an elf.
Half
Oh,
elf.
well, yeah.
Anyway, back on
Anyway,
track.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right.
So, what have you done since then to attempt to bring Ashlyn Delise to justice?
Up until very, very recently, nothing. I wanted to pretend all of that didn't happen. I've been partying with my, well, almost called them a crew here, but I guess they are my new crew. Been doing good where I can, but recently, once I learned, thanks to Neve, that Ashlyn had put a bounty on my head, I decided to do some digging. I decided I wasn't going to be free of her unless I freed myself of her. And that was when I approached Luminostra at the tavern to do some scrying. After we were done here with Tyro and his, well, complications, I was going to ask the rest of our group if they wanted to help me, well, take care of my past. And if they didn't, and he looks at Tyro a bit sheepishly, I plan to take care of it myself.
Tyrannus is going to interject for a second and just ruffle his head a bit. Do you really think Matilda's going to let you do that on your own?
I know I can't make it a demand. I don't feel even comfortable asking you all.
She
But I know if
threatened-
I didn't,
All seriousness.
if if I didn't at least ask for help.
Kia, she put a bounty on your head. And you see, like, all joking and all mirth or anything, and there is just anger behind that lightning blue eye. She's put a bounty on your head. She's fucking toast.
Thanks.
That's why they
It
look
does
so
say a
good
lot that
together.
you have.
I didn't
Where's our
catch that
resident
as Lauren.
shipper? Why is he asleep?
Don't worry, he will be watching this entire episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, and again.
I missed what his Lauren said.
It does say a lot about you that you have people willing to stand with you in such a way, like as such a dangerous person.
Kier will grin at that and say, I found a much better crew.
Especially the guy that wrote her lore.
That's a story on its own. Anyway.
I went ham. I apologize.
I have, I believe, 2 further questions. First, did you ever assist or have knowledge about Ashlyn Delise's pursuit of any of the following items? The Black Heart of Nalgor, the Eye of Azura, the Bloodstained Dagger of Ezerak, or the Soulbind Chalice?
Hold on, I'd like to write those down.
Wait, the Bloodstained
just
Dagger
in
is
the
right?
Twitch chat.
Bloodstain. Okay, you're gonna put them in.
It's a good question. Was larger.
Bring the names to
I put them in the Roll20 instead of Twitch. But,
Okay. Thank you. And Eric, would Kier have known about any of these things?
I don't need you to roll. Yes.
All right. What am I rolling?
You don't need to roll. Yes.
Oh, I do. Kier hesitates and then nods. The captain always had a fascination with dark artifacts.
What do you know about her pursuit of those? Apart from, well, as far as when we met her, it seemed that it had been unsuccessful. Do you know if she had any leads, any contacts, any methods that she used to pursue them?
Ashlyn typically kept her methods close to the chest. We were her crew. It's basically meant her private army and servants. What we didn't need to know, we didn't know. But what else would I know about them, Eric, from my time with Ashlyn?
That they were on her bucket list of items that she wanted, that she would kill in order to gain access to them, and
Well, that's not saying much.
And that you stole the book that had that information and hid it somewhere.
Where did I hide it?
Where did you hide it, Kier?
Where did you hide it?
I wasn't prepared for that question.
In the present.
Okay.
Welcome to my fucking world for the last 2 months.
So, Kier? Yeah.
Welcome to my nat 20 against her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kier?
Mhm.
You, when you left and escaped, took the manual that would have allowed her to gain access to these items quickly. That is why she's looking for you.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Kier?
What?
The book that contained that information was used to create a specific item in your inventory.
Heck.
The book is contained within that specific item in your inventory. That specific item in your inventory is called Clara.
Laura! Clara, no!
Clara contains the knowledge that Ashlyn Delise is looking for.
Boom!
Hold on. I'm adding the appropriate. Appropriate amount of exclamation points and question marks to my notes.
Is it the entire page? Are you doing a page break where it starts?
No, 6 is good. 6 I decided is good.
Okay,
Anyway.
good. That's tasteful.
All right. So
Don't you love these lore
rewind.
drops? Aren't they great?
God, we're learning
This was
so
supposed to
much.
be Tyro's episode.
This is not supposed to be
prepared for it
Tyler's
to be
episode.
the-
This is supposed to be Covet's episode.
This is supposed
Yeah,
to be against the gods episode.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no,
let me rewind to Kier's brain here.
I was so prepared for it to be inside the unicorn thing.
No.
Yeah,
So
Damien.
Kier will say when the night of the storm, I knew I had to do something. And to this day, it's probably one of the braver things I've done. I'd fully intended to just throw her the book with all the info on her pursuit of all these items. They're basically a personal list of hers, a checklist, trophies, more. And I knew that all the information contained in it would, if it were to just suddenly vanish, hinder her quite a bit. I had planned to just toss it out into the storm. And that's kind of what I was trying to do, hoping it would just drown and be waterlogged. I could blame it on bad luck. And that was when I got cracked up the head. When I started to experiment with magic, I had discovered a talent with a creation of temporary magic items and pseudosentience. And I figured there wouldn't really be a better place to keep something so dangerous than in something that could defend itself to an extent and wasn't always there. And so Kier will then use his ability to summon Clara, and he'll hold out the two palms of his hands, and metal and glass and screws and wire from around his person will collect there and form what looks like a little gas lamp with a crystal, tiny spider-like limbs, and several hoses connecting to a clear glass energy source in its back, and say, "This is Clara. I broke down the book, rearranged its base components, and made her."
Fascinating.
So
Soren
Slar.
just kind of examines Clara.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Soren just kind of examines Clara, just admires the craftsmanship. It's really beyond like her like understanding of how to even make something like this, but yeah, she's just observing.
Okay. Cool. So.
And then she'll turn to Kier and say, "Don't have any official power to stop the Protectorate from looking for you, but I can see if I can negotiate something on your behalf. Perhaps, as long as you are in pursuit of Ashlyn Delise, I can perhaps get them to stop looking for you for the time being."
I'd appreciate that. And you said you were hunting, or at least had met her, right?
Yes.
Is there any information you would want on her that I can give?
The information I would want you have provided.
Well, I'll tell
Unless
you
there is more that you have
what
to say.
I could tell you what I learned from the scrying. When we found her, she was studying a black scroll with green light, and there was an island outside in the distance. It appeared to be made of glass. It was flat, had almost no elevation, and carved into the glass surface there were pools that looked a bit phallic in shape. Let's see.
That wouldn't have any similarity to anything we saw in the Ancient Wastes, right?
Negative.
Okay.
But to the northwest of that?
Negative. This is somewhere vastly different.
She also mentioned
And
something
not-
about. Sorry, go ahead.
And also no elevation, so not similar to the Sky Island.
Negative. This
You need
is
to borrow
something
my
completely
map.
different.
But she also mentioned something about someone, a he, having a lot of potential, and that he was loose and in need of a new master. She saw herself as the person to be that master. I don't know who or what she could have been talking about, but that's what I know.
Have been
Of it.
Dragon.
Of the
Sorry,
Fey
I'm
realm?
sorry.
I'm not here. I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not there.
I'm not there either.
Right?
I have a suspicion of who she may have been talking about, but well, if it's that, then all the more reason she needs to be stopped immediately.
If the information you have can help you in any way, I have a vested interest in seeing her taken down.
Look here, I
What?
believe
I'm sorry.
it will
I'm
be a
sorry,
very
what-
long
what-
time.
Gnock, what'd you say?
I was whispering out of character.
Okay. Go ahead, Slaren.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will be a long time before we have the ability to confront her. Therefore, this rests on your shoulders.
I always kind of knew it had to.
That's alright. Not that bad. You got us, mate.
I do.
I mean, I don't know if I'll be live, but yeah.
We're gonna keep you alive. We'll see how that goes.
Ew.
Anything else I can help with?
You have helped immensely, and I wish you the best of luck. May
You too.
your skill and your companions, your courage, get you through this.
Thanks. You too.
And as you guys turn back to the party, you realize that the people who were your hosts here, other than Neve, are getting up to go towards the door as they are changing into pajamas and about to
All right,
leave.
the sleep study.
Yep.
Zoe's pajamas are just her.
She sleeps in the buff.
Yep.
Yeah, she is. Her feathers
Eh.
are her coverage.
Yeah, fair enough. Donald ducking it.
All right. So the question is for Lucy. Lucy, will you allow these people to stay here with Neve at your house, or will you ask them to leave? Renariel is around.
I think that she would give them the option to stay,
Okay.
but restrict them to the guest wing.
Understood. Renariel can go and lock those doors that they should not be visiting.
Mm-hmm.
So, Covet, Twilight, Islarin, Bwinkle, Ayla, and Eowyn, you guys have access to Lucy's manor here in Shatter Shaddai for whatever purposes you want. And based off of the environment, you realize that pretty much anything goes as long as you don't go into those certain locked areas. Would you guys stay here? Or would you go to the arranged quarters that were given to you by Rafaj at the Ebon Pearl?
I would probably go to the Ebon Pearl.
Same.
All right.
Because
I follow Ava.
because Raj would probably notice one way or the other.
Indeed.
Yep. He would.
Yeah, you don't want to piss off him. To speak from experience, not a good idea.
All right.
And my understanding it's on his tab, and I plan on completely maxing that out.
Understood.
Yes.
Twilight,
Support it.
Twilight, I love you, man.
Well, a
You're
question
awesome.
before we all part ways is, should we all convene again at some other point in the future? Or just, shall we go about our tasks as planned?
I would like a way to contact you, Paul.
Of course. I would definitely like that too.
I mean, again, I say this with the utmost respect for the woman. We could ask Leslie if there is a way for us to keep in contact, but because I don't think it would be a good idea to ask her to be like a middle woman.
If only
Sure, I
there was
think-
a magical city that had magical items that had the ability to converse from one location to another, either in thought or word, written or verbal or otherwise.
I mean, there are things like, I don't know, the stones of messaging, or what is it, the stones of sending, or whatever. Yeah, those probably
Just
There
here.
was
spell.
only a
Okay.
magical city that had the ability to procure some items.
Hey, Covet. Hey, Covet, keep a chain on him. Damn, there's only room for one asshole over here.
No, there's one for each party.
Fair.
So,
My
Yes,
point
well,
is, before we split, we should probably enforce a way to be able to communicate again.
if you
Do you
guys
think
would
they're-
like, who would like to spend the 500 gold to get sending stones so that you guys can communicate
I
with
was-
each other?
All
I was gonna suggest, what about the book, something like that? 'cause
Yeah,
the
that's
sending
what I was
stone is
gonna
say.
once
They
a day.
Those are very restrictive, and those do not exist here. Zorak Zaf was not a persona pleasant here in Shadow Shaddai.
Can
Okay.
Covenant and I like touch books like we're exchanging information?
I'm fine with that.
They're not
Let's do
phones.
that.
Oh,
I think that's
cool.
fun.
Yeah, they are smartphones now.
They're
Okay.
smartphones,
We are
yay!
evolving. Cool. So we each have a book now.
Yep.
You guys are adding
Awesome.
each other to your contacts list.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
the
you gotta-
Tomes of Zora's Death are like you write down a name in the back of the book, and now you have access to that person's
Yeah.
book.
All
Can I
right.
make a suggestion? Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, sir.
Instead of the incantation being we were like how it is, it's specific for each person.
No.
Exactly like, I don't know, a phone
No,
number.
I would. Oh my god, dude! No,
Not a chance.
no.
All right. Cool. All right. So as you guys settle down here at the Avon Pearl for the evening, your new allies and friends go off to be studied by the Master of Dreams here in Shatter Shaddai.
Real quick, who has the book?
Greta.
It's me.
Renak.
The responsible one.
Yeah, the responsible.
To be fair,
Make a dial.
I got it from Gur, who, let's also be fair, was not the responsible one, but got it because it was fun.
Right.
I thought I
It
was
was a
the
coloring book.
Because he thought it was fun.
All right.
By the way,
Mhm.
has there been any update from that little hairball?
No, you guys haven't contacted him. It's only been 2 days.
No, I'm asking like more of has he been coloring in it and then speaking the phrase?
No,
just
he
an
hasn't.
old
He's
stuff?
been busy learning leatherworking.
You know, I have not received a random doodle from Gur yet.
No. All right, guys. I
This
hope
was awesome.
I hope you guys had fun today. We did tons of lore drops, lots of dot connecting for you guys. And now part of the thing is who's going to kill Nafis and how are you going to get an endorsement from him if he's dead? That's up to you guys to figure out in the next coming weeks. As
Let's
always, guys,
go.
thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always, always, always thankful you choose me to be yours. Do check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. If you know someone who wants to play my games, I'd love to talk to them. Have them send me a message. You have some one-shots coming up in the coming months, so look for those. And otherwise, guys, have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, and we'll catch you guys tonight for the Hangout, and tomorrow morning for Beneath Fallen Skies, as we do another historical one-shot, exploring how Akru fell 2,000 years ago. Have a wonderful time, guys. Please stay safe.